Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Binge with Lee. Episode 2. So exciting, so insane. The show where we talk about everything and anything except for a few things because those few things are very controversial and some people can't talk about them. But anyways, today we're joined by an amazing guest. You may know him, but you all love him. He plays video games on stream. He's a horror game aficionado. He's wearing the merch, as you can see. His name is Bugenhogen, ladies and gentlemen.
Greetings. Hi, this is my professional voice.
His professional voice, yes, we talked about it shortly before we came on here. And I was like, get that professional voice on. And he was like, he just sounded like Gus, really, so. He's missing the whiskey glass, How are you, Boogan? How's your day?
Had a Red Bull. Doing great. As I told you earlier, not just saying that. Doing great. Great day today.
I'm glad. I'm glad.
Pretty productive.
And welcome
How are
all those who are just here from me and those who are here from Boogan's channel. Obviously, this is going to be on YouTube. So for my YouTube audience, welcome. Hello. How are you? And for my Twitch audience, hey, Scarlet Envy. Hey, Pound Balls. Hey, Kiki.
Oh, boy.
Oh, boy. We got a follow already.
Wow.
Thank you so much for that follow. I appreciate you.
Representing.
All right, just before we start off, I just want to make it very clear. Alerts are off. Raids are off. And that's due to the nature of how the series goes. Chat interaction at some points may be limited because this episode is all about this guy over here, this beautiful man over here.
Oh, boy. Fantastic.
All right, you ready, Boogan?
No. Yes.
No, you're ready.
I'm excited for it. I've been excited for this for the last few days.
So yes, by the way, I undersold it. You don't just play video games on stream. You do plenty of different things. Your chat interactivity is like very rarely seen on Twitch, considering I've seen a lot of channels and some people just don't really interact with chat the way you do. Like, yes, they read the occasional message, but it's very one note, if that makes sense, right? It's not like you seem to know the personalities in your chat a lot better than a lot of streamers do, which is very I respect that a lot because it makes the people watching you feel like they stand out. Like, yes, I'm an individual in this community. But first, let's just start from the beginning. And I've asked this in the first episode as well. If I were to describe you as a person, as a streamer, if somebody asked me who Boogan was, what would I say? Who are you? Why did you decide to stream? Why is Boogan on Twitch doing his thing? What gets you up to like just hit that live button and play these video games and interact with this community?
Well, the one word, I guess, to answer that one, what comes to mind right away is rambunctious. I don't know why, but that's that one comes to mind.
Yeah.
What were the other questions?
Why did you decide to stream? What is it? What is it about streaming that really? Or I guess to back up, why did you at a certain point decide streaming is something I want to do?
Let's see. So the first time I thought about streaming, it was when I was like 19. So just to give a perception right now, I'm 33. And I first started thinking about streaming then because Twitch was Justin TV at the time.
Yeah, I was about to say those were the Justin TV days.
Yeah. I was around during Justin TV and I saw other streamers and it looked like fun. But it took me 7 years, maybe 8 years to actually start streaming. But the entire time I would say, I want to start streaming. And I would tell family members that, I would like to start. But I'm the master procrastinator. So took me a while to finally start, and then
Mm-hmm.
I think one day I just got so tired of saying it that I finally started.
Okay, okay. And
Yeah.
I mean, I guess what do you started?
Hmm.
Like everybody, me included, you started it and then it wasn't fully consistent immediately, right? Like it was that one stream, that
Hmm.
maybe months in between every stream, right? What now you're more consistent with it. It's a big part of your life, obviously. You have a
Yeah.
community behind you. You have
Huge.
people that look forward to every day that you have scheduled a stream. Um, I mean, I could ask you, did you expect that? And you probably tell me no. Because nobody just expects to have all these people waiting for you to watch you every
No.
night. But
Yeah.
what do you enjoy most about it? What's because
Ooh.
you can say, oh, I love the community aspect. I love the interactivity. I love that my people are on Discord and I can talk to them.
Mhm.
But what would you say is something that really stands out over anything else?
Right away, number one, I love to laugh. So the amount of laughter I have on
Mm-hmm.
stream and off stream, that one's the top one for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess meeting people. I've met some pretty awesome, incredible people. Met some in real life too. One day
Mm-hmm.
I'll meet you in real life.
Wait, one
Hopefully.
day. You just have to live all the way on the other side of the of the country.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but no, one day. Um,
Mhm.
it's you've claimed multiple times on stream that you are self-proclaimed very introverted in real life, and this is something that is like the complete opposite of being an introvert. So like, how do you deal with that? Really, like, how does one go?
Oh.
Oh, I don't really like meeting new people, to doing something that only involves meeting new people 24/7.
Well, even right now, I'm shy. I mean, I think you know that
Mm-hmm.
though. I'm nervous and
Yeah.
shy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I say it all the time that before every stream, I get stage fright and I get nervous, and that's a real thing. I feel that every time.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Definitely not an extrovert, because when I get off stream, I feel like I'm exhausted.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a good kind of exhaustion. Like you just worked a really
That
great
social
shift.
battery, like, kind of almost drained.
Yeah,
Yeah, I got you. Pound Balls
yeah.
did really ask a good question. He said, "You are
Oh
so
boy.
intimate with your community. Did it get harder as you grew and got a bigger audience?" It's a good question. It's a very good question. Usually, I
So like,
wouldn't take like a lot of questions from chat, but I really
I,
like that question.
I feel like there's a double meaning to that one.
Probably knowing him, you know.
Did it get harder? Yes, absolutely. Hmm. Yeah.
What would
I
you?
guess to
Yeah, go ahead. Go
oh,
ahead. No. Go ahead.
I guess to go further into that, definitely got harder because there's more people, there's more personalities, a lot of heads clash. There's a lot behind the scenes that I guess sometimes I have to deal with. Well, it's always me dealing with it. But yeah, definitely got harder and easier at the same time actually.
Mm-hmm.
Easier in the sense that you just get better at it. People would send messages and my feelings would get hurt, and now it's kind of like they're they're bouncing off a lot easier.
Mm-hmm.
I never know it's I mean, I always know it's not personal, so I guess that would be how it's getting easier. But yeah, harder because there's a lot more people, a lot more personalities. You've seen some
Mm-hmm.
of the stuff in the Discord, so you know personally.
Yeah, I know. Funnily enough, I mean, like this interview or this episode of Talk with Lee is very special to me because for those of you who may or may not know, I started about I met you pretty early on when I started. I started about end of October 2022.
Mhm.
And I didn't really raid like that. And most of the people I raided, like, I just met them once, raided them, never saw them again. Like, I can't even name a channel I raided in that time period. And then literally out of coincidence, I was playing Resident Evil 4 remake, and
Yeah.
I decided to raid somebody from that same category because nobody that I followed was on. Um, and I literally just mouse wheel, scroll, like no specific order, right? And then you're there,
Passing all the
and
big
then
streamers.
And then I didn't want, obviously I'm not gonna like hit rate on like some
Yeah.
1,000 viewer person, right? But one of my community members was like, hey, look at this guy, he looks fun, rate him. I'm like, I don't know, like he has like he bigger audience, and I don't want to like make it seem like I'm just leeching, right? He's like, no, rate him, I'm sure it's gonna be fine. And then that's how we met you, and you are, I can confidently say, the first person that I formed a friendship with over Twitch. Um, and through
Thanks,
you,
man.
like it was a snowball effect. I met Kira, I met Delts, I met Shaky, who's here in chat as well. I met a lot of beautiful people over on Twitch. Gus, Break, Downey, like a lot of people. So you are, I can say confidently, for me personally, is where it it all started. For me personally, in terms of like
Wow.
forming that network of creators that I really respect and enjoy being around. So this episode is definitely something that I've been looking forward to for a while.
A lot of
Uh,
pressure.
yeah, man, come on. Listen, I'm gonna the questions haven't gone tough yet. Listen, I'm gonna ask you some horrible things.
Okay.
No,
That raid was definitely memorable. I might be a
mhm.
little bit biased, by the way, but
Yeah,
yeah,
it's
I
memorable
can
for
remember
me,
it.
obviously, because of what I
Mm,
said. It is very
mm,
memorable for me. Do you? I've talked to a lot of streamers about this, and this is something that I am still kind of battling with. It's like almost like a tug of war. A lot
mhm,
of streamers are, and I haven't really found a streamer that's in the middle about this. They're either are the same on and off stream, and they keep their life public. There's nothing private about it, or they stream and then they're not like a completely different personality,
mm,
but they make an active effort to separate their life. Like you wouldn't see their mother or father, you wouldn't see their partner, you wouldn't see their pets even, right? Like, and that's respectable, like you're online, that's your persona. You're in real life, that's your persona.
mhm.
There you go. That's
Yeah,
his dog over there.
yeah.
But where do you fall on that? And have you ever really thought about that in depth, more so than just
Oh
streaming without thinking
yeah,
about it?
I like that question. Ooh, yeah, there was a lot of times when I've thought about just being a voice and
Mm-hmm.
keeping everything completely anonymous. So not showing my face, nothing about me, only voice, no VTuber thing or anything like that. Just because I think it's cool and it's mysterious.
Mm-hmm.
But eventually I can't remember if I started off that way. I don't think so. I think I started off showing webcam. So after the first time I showed my face, I remember thinking, yeah, from here on, I'm gonna just show my face all the time.
Yeah.
Because I feel
And
like it's more personable.
yeah, I mean
But
it is because you can connect, of a face to the
yeah,
voice and see that
mm,
emotion, and it's a lot different. Was it like nerve wracking to actually have a webcam on?
yes, still
Mm,
is all the
still
time.
is. I mean,
I'm aware that I'm.
I will say you do a pretty good job of just not making it very clear that you are a shy person on stream.
Oh wow,
I mean, even Kiki said it. She
that's good.
said that's not like it doesn't scream out at you like, oh, Bugen is not used
Mm.
to this, right? It's not
Who said that?
Kiki.
Oh.
Yes, she'll be nice to you today because she's not on your stream, so she'll be nice to you today.
No, it's true though. If you ever meet me in real life, I think you'll see how quiet um I am. Well, I think so.
Mm.
Maybe others think differently. But yeah, in
Again,
terms
self
uh-huh.
perception could be a lot more rough than than how other people see you.
But yeah, but in terms of how open I am, I think as I've gone on, I've been more and more open about stuff. So everybody sees D to light. Everyone knows which is the significant other. Everyone knows how much she plays a part in the stream, and everyone knows the dogs.
Hmm.
I live in California, LA. I've been pretty open about everything. I've even said my name and my age a few times. So I guess to
Hmm.
answer that question, yeah, pretty open. Feel like
Pretty
there's a
open,
lot of
not really.
transparency.
I mean, that's
Yeah.
nice. It does help. I guess it's double-edged sword, right? Depending on who you're talking to. But it does help
Um,
your people connect to you a lot more.
yeah, I have
Um,
had one stalker already.
really, through Twitch.
Yes, I don't know if you
That
know that,
I don't
but
think
yeah,
I fully know the extent of that.
yeah.
He's the
Hmm.
exact same in real life, even when it comes to using his brain. That's what Nihilus just said.
Oh my
That's
god.
so rude.
You wanted to read that one out loud, huh, Lee?
No, I mean it's just first time chatter, so that just caught my eye.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he would know. He's someone I've met. Um, Longest subscriber actually, taking me to a
Really,
K-pop concert. I don't know if you know that, but thought I'd throw that out there.
I do remember that because they made a note of Nihilus's disgust for K-pop, and
Oh
how much
boy.
they didn't like that. Yeah, that's a core
Yeah.
memory because they were very passionate about that.
Hmm.
Let me ask you this, and this is more. I guess this is less of a question and more of like an open-ended response on your end. But when I first discovered you on Twitch, it was you. And again, like I said, self-perception is very deceiving. All right, because if I had just asked you what's the extent of the things you do, you would tell me I don't do much. But you have merch. You
Hmm.
have a consistent stream schedule. Yes, it does change. Yes, it has changed a few times, but then life gets crazy, different jobs, school, all of that, which I do want to talk about if you're interested. Your schooling, at all, how you feel about that. But it's
Mm.
you do a lot. How was there an external factor that convinced you to do that? Because a lot of streamers will say, "Oh, well, this person that I met through Twitch told me to do this," or "I just came up with this idea on my own." Did you have anybody in your circle on Twitch that you met through Twitch, or just no? It doesn't have to be necessarily through Twitch. That is, oh, you should do merch, or oh, you should go about having a community this way instead of this way, or you should stream during this time, or you should actually have a schedule instead of just popping up whenever. Did you have somebody like that in your circle, or was that just something you worked out eventually by yourself, or was that a mix of two things? Really, it could both things can be true at the same time.
Yeah, I would say it's probably a mix, but mostly everything I know or am doing or have done, it's been feedback or
Mm-hmm.
advice given from others. I have I've met a lot of supportive people, um, lots of opinions too.
Mm-hmm.
So now I'm just kind of taking what I like and trying to make it my own, just like I think other streamers do as well. But
Mm-hmm.
I guess it's a combination, but mostly people. I've had a lot of help, lots of guidance and advice,
Mm-hmm.
support. Hmm.
That's good. It's always nice to have people in your circle that are
Oh
willing to not
yeah,
only tell you what to do, but also constructively criticize you. Constructively.
yeah.
Let me make that very clear because there's a very big difference than just like getting the laughs out of someone and then actually like telling them, hey, maybe you should do this differently, right?
Hmm.
Um,
If not for them, I wouldn't. I probably wouldn't keep going. Hmm.
you heard it right here, guys. For
Not to
those of
sound
you who haven't heard
dramatic,
from Bugen.
but it's true.
Hmm.
It is true.
It's a good thing
Mhm.
that you have people that are impactful enough because it means they care about the community, they care about you, they actually have some personal stakes in this whole
Mhm.
big project in reality, big project that you're really doing here on Twitch.
Mhm.
Because I found it very common where a lot of streamers will have this grandiose thought, right? Or like this dream of, oh, I'm going to be Kai, right? I'm going to be the next whoever is big at the moment, right? And I don't
Oh.
know. I feel in a way, I feel yes, we all have this dream of living off of Twitch, of doing
Mm.
this thing that we enjoy with our communities and doing it full time, putting all our work, effort, blood, sweat, and tears into it. But at the same time, as it grows, you lose touch with the people there, and every face starts
Mm.
looking the same. Every username starts looking the same. Have you ever thought about that at all? Are you afraid of not being able to recognize the people in your chat anymore?
Absolutely. And I'm not just saying that. Absolutely. Um, it's something I've talked about with the wifey a few times. because I have no interest in getting famous.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't interest me. I don't think I'd like it. But it would be nice to make a decent living off doing something I like, right? Everyone wants to do
Mm-hmm.
that, I think. But the one thing that I know I would not like if I were to grow to that amount or whatever you want to call it. Um, I know I wouldn't like not being able to have a relationship with people
Mm-hmm.
because right now I feel like it's almost like a family, and when I hear about all of their days, it's like tuning into an episode of one of my favorite shows. So I do feel like if I were to grow larger, that would go away, and I think it might take the fun out of a lot of the fun out of streaming.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I could
I
be wrong,
fully I
but
agree. I mean,
yeah.
I agree with that sentiment, but then, like I said, yeah, I can't see the future either. So I don't know. Maybe I'll enjoy it more if I had, a, more chatters and I couldn't tell who's who. But I don't know. I highly doubt
Oh,
that. Um,
mm,
I do have to. I do have to ask this because I always think about this myself. I always think about when I started streaming. Oh, I should have done this differently, or should have done that differently, right? Like my biggest thing, if you ask me, what would you have done differently if you went back in time, October 2022, right?
mm,
Immediately, I'd establish a schedule. I'd I'd diversify what I was playing. I would talk more because man, I the idea
mm.
of talking to no one because at the time there wasn't anyone, right? The idea of talking to nothing was weird, and I didn't really like. There were 3 weeks, 4 weeks in between every stream, and the streams were like an hour if I was lucky, right? Would you change anything if you started again?
Oh yeah. Whew. I wish I had some of these answers prepared so I could actually give you like
Nah,
really good
that's the
answers.
point.
But
I want you to just off the cuff
uh,
tell me your immediate answer.
there's a few things that I can think of right away. One thing is kind of what I mentioned earlier. If I were to
Mm-hmm.
start from the beginning again, um, it's not that I don't like how it is now, but I think I would do the whole voice only, no webcam, none of that kind of thing. I might do something like I saw someone do horror stories on YouTube, and you can
Mm-hmm.
only hear their voice, and they got like a deep sounding cool voice. I don't have that, but um, I would probably focus on something more like that. I would probably also focus more on YouTube, even though I do really like where I'm at now.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I think I would have started with YouTube, or at least done both at the same time, mostly for discoverability. But another thing I can think of is sticking to, you watch all these big YouTubers or Twitch streamers give advice on how to grow your channel,
Mm-hmm.
and they almost all say the same thing, as in sticking to one thing and having that be your thing. I kind of do wish at times I would do that, but
I feel like you wouldn't enjoy
yeah.
it though. I don't think you would. I don't know.
Yeah,
Just
yeah,
from the outside looking in, I don't think you'd enjoy doing one thing. I don't know. Like let's pick a game, Fortnite, Call of Duty, whatever it may be, right? I feel like if you played it for a
yeah,
month straight, you would get not necessarily bored, but you wouldn't want to stream it. Like you'd still play it outside of stream, but I don't think you'd enjoy
yeah,
doing that on stream.
yeah. Like, I guess a good example would be, I do agree with what you said.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess one thing I wish I could tell myself 4 years ago when I first started is this might be controversial, but I'm just being honest, and of course some people might disagree. Um, I would tell myself 4 years ago to treat it more like a job. So
Mm-hmm.
you like it and it's fun. It's a fun job, but it's still a job. And I think a lot of time was spent not treating it like that.
Mm-hmm.
Considering where I want to take it, because if you're just streaming just to have fun and it's a hobby, then do whatever you want. But I think if you want to actually try to make a living off of it, I think it needs to be treated like a job. So a fun job, but still a job. And what I mean by that is if you stick to one thing like Minecraft, even if you're not fully enjoying it, I think you should try to get into that mindset where you're still having fun playing a game, and making money from that, even if you're kind of over it. But then again, a lot of people like to watch people who are having fun. So if you're not having fun, then you might not attract viewers. So
Exactly,
I guess you could
exactly.
say that too.
Or you might get viewers that watch you purely to see you suffer, right? So
Yeah. So
there's
that's
that
what I
as
would tell
well.
myself. Because I think it's very important to know that if you want to take it to that level. If you're
Hmm.
just streaming as a hobby and you're just here to have fun, then it's fine. Do whatever.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Let me ask this. Um, Actually, I want to address this question in chat.
Uh-oh.
Because I think I'm interested in hearing your answer. So I'm gonna read it verbatim. Uh,
Okay.
so he said, Poundball said, if it happens, you would love it, but as of now, you said you don't want to be famous. So is there a point that you want to stop growing and just stay at a level, or do you always want to? I guess I'll add this. Do you want to see like a consistent amount of growth? Because at a certain point, growth, you're gonna get to a point where that's gonna happen. So it's unrealistic to, I think, expect it to like stay at one point, because that's just how it happens. You grow and grow and grow
Yeah.
until you stop. It's just a,
Hmm.
a constant cycle of continuing elevating, right? Making the
Yeah.
stakes higher.
It's kind of out of
Would
your
What would you
control.
do? Like,
Yeah.
would you stop? Is there like a like a imaginary line in your head, or would you just pull the plug on it if it got out of hand?
Oh boy. Uh, Kind of hard to answer that because it's all like what ifs, and I try not to think about what ifs just for my sake. But
Yeah.
yeah, if I got big to the point where, I mean, I couldn't, like you see chat and it's just going and you
Yeah,
can't
just
read. You
rapid
can read like maybe
fire.
one thing,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't know if I'd like it. So I don't know if I'd stick around, but I can't really say because I'm not there. So I guess to how to kind of control it, even though I don't think you can, because if like let's say right now you post a video on YouTube and it blows up, and then you
Mm-hmm.
got thousands of people and it's out of your control, and there are some things I think you can do, but I could be totally wrong. Maybe you could do subscribers only chat, so it's a little slower and you can still have those conversations, and that's one thing that comes to mind right away. Other than that, I don't know,
It's a
because
hard thing to answer because you want to say yes, but you
yeah.
also don't know the ramifications of that. I get
Yeah,
it.
so
Mhm.
to answer Poundballs' question, if it reached that point, would I stop? Probably not, but maybe.
Maybe. There you go. Most likely not, but there's a good
Yeah,
60-40. There you go. 60-40.
yeah. It depends. I mean, if the chat's like going super fast, for example, and it's just I was about to curse, I stopped myself.
That's
Um,
fine.
if it's just
It's
a
not.
bunch of like f you,
Mhm.
kill yourself and die, I might think it's funny for a while, but it might get to me eventually,
I
and
feel
then
like
I
with anyone,
probably
yeah, I feel like no matter how tough your skin
yeah.
is, not you're not gonna necessarily base your thoughts on who you are on those comments with every person, but
Mm,
with how tough you are, regardless of who it is, regardless of what they've been through in life, not a lot of people are accustomed to hundreds of messages telling them that they're not, negative
yeah.
messages, right? So at a certain level, and it will hit every person differently, you will start to feel a negative emotion because, again, no one likes hearing. I don't care who you are. No one likes hearing negative things about who they are,
Yeah.
about their character, about how they do what they do, whether they love doing what they do or not, right?
Mhm.
Now,
Mhm.
the ramifications of, uh, you know, feeling that way are different for every person, obviously. But I will say, I feel like whenever someone says, whenever these big YouTubers go, man, these big, these big comments, these
Is that what they
rude
sound like?
comments, hundreds of people telling me I should die. I don't care. It doesn't hurt my
Yes.
feeling.
Yeah.
Yes,
They've mastered that level
it
of
probably
distancing.
doesn't exactly. It probably
Yeah.
doesn't hurt them like
Mhm.
throughout their day, but reading that message probably like a little sting because again, you're human and you have the capacity to feel emotion. So it's not always gonna be, having a brick wall up consistently. It's not realistic. I don't think not for everyone at
Mhm.
least.
Mhm.
Let me ask you this though, just as this is gonna go off topic, but
Okay.
I see that you're really into horror games, horror movies, just horror in general, that whole genre. Is there a specific reason for that?
I don't think so. I remember watching horror movies when I was really little with my mom. She'd watch them all the time, so she was really into horror. That's
Hmm.
probably what got me into
So there was
horror.
no
But
horror curfew, and when you were a kid, because a lot of kids I talk to are
no,
like, oh, I could never, I have to hide those movies. I
nope.
couldn't watch them. Nope.
Some of the movies she was watching, I probably shouldn't have watched. 'Cause I'm talking since I was 6 or 7 years
Oh
old.
my god.
Um, so I guess you could say I got accustomed to blood and guts pretty early. No, nothing in particular. Just I can remember my mom watching them all the time, and I think that's what got me into horror a
Yeah,
lot.
it's just a genre you latched onto, and it probably,
Yeah,
the earlier you see something, the more it's
yeah. You
it,
know what else I could say to that? Not
yeah.
to cut you off,
No,
but
no, go ahead.
before I forget, I guess you could say it's kind of this might sound kind of weird, but I kind of relate wrestling to horror. So a lot of people I know, I almost know no one in real life who actually likes wrestling. I love wrestling,
Wait,
and
when you say wrestling, do you mean like like wrestling, or WWE, like that kind of wrestling?
not wrestling like the sport,
Yeah,
like the
okay, like
Olympic sport,
WWE.
like WWE. Yeah.
Okay.
And
I
I
mean, I
relate
love
these two.
WWE.
Do you?
More so early 2000s. I haven't kept up with
Yeah,
it
that's what
recently.
everyone says.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, because I don't know. It's like a cool thing when I was a kid, but then I so much has happened in between that it just fell off
Yeah.
afterwards.
Yeah, I could see that.
Mm-hmm.
But
Go
I
ahead.
relate these two because so I watch a lot of horror movies, right? And a lot of the times I watch them with friends recently.
Mm-hmm.
And Kira's a great example. You know Kira.
Yes.
Um, they watch horror movies and they just laugh at it because they think it's funny. It's not scary,
Mm-hmm.
but I think it's kind of like wrestling because you have to immerse yourself in it to enjoy it.
Mm-hmm.
You, yeah, it's not just about getting scared. It's about, I guess, tragic things happening and you're into it and that's how you enjoy it. So I kind of think of them similar in that sense. And I think that's why I like horror too, because
That's
you have
a
to immerse yourself to enjoy it.
that's a pretty. I didn't think about it. That's a pretty astute way of putting it. Because yes, you have to
Yeah.
suspend some disbelief with wrestling, right?
Hmm.
Because yes, we know they're not actually jumping off. They're not actually like they don't actually hate each other, and the way they're gonna go about it is by hitting each other with briefcases, right?
Sometimes they do
Um,
hate each other.
I mean,
Sometimes.
yeah, but like
But yeah.
they didn't just randomly meet in this arena every Saturday night, you
Hmm.
know.
Yeah.
But no, so you have to immerse yourself in the storyline and the actual act, and it really makes it
Or at
better for
least
all of
wanting to
that.
get scared. I enjoy getting scared. I guess you could say that too.
So, do you
So
find horror
yeah.
movies funny, or do you get scared by them?
Sometimes I get scared.
Mm-hmm.
The only time I'll think they're funny is if it's supposed to be funny. Like it's you could you everyone could think of those horrors that you watch and it's just supposed to be funny. Like Scream, I think
Mm-hmm.
slasher movies. They're meant to be funny.
You know what? I didn't know Scream was meant to be funny until I got into my 20s.
I thought so.
Bro, that scared me as a kid.
Oh, whoops, never mind.
I attribute it to my dad because I remember getting scared of it as a kid, and then he thought it'd be funny for at night to when I
Mm.
come home for him to wear that mask and chase me around the house with it.
Oh, I
Oh
love
my
that.
goodness.
My dad never did stuff like that. I love that.
No, I hate him for that. Don't ever do that again,
Oh,
Dad.
okay, never mind
No, I
then.
don't. I don't know. I don't actually hate him for that, but no, like,
Oh,
listen,
okay.
I got beef with him over it. I got beef with him. One day I'll get him back. One day. But no,
Okay.
that's pretty cool though. I mean, it's so interesting because you didn't really have like That's fine. Not everything has to have like a bigger overall reason to why you enjoy it, but um, uh, you enjoy it because it's something you did as a kid with your mom, and
Mhm.
it's
Yeah.
it's so interesting how certain things don't really have a grander explanation to why they mean so much to you. You just
Mhm.
discovered it as a kid, and then now it's just a
Mhm.
part of who you are. Uh,
Yeah. Fun
I
fact: Germans invented horror.
horror movies,
Yeah,
really,
that's what I meant to say. Yeah.
really,
Yeah.
that's so interesting.
Yeah.
You know what's
Well,
funny?
I learned it in cinema.
You're not even the film guy, and you know that I didn't even know that.
Oh, look it up if you want.
No, I believe
Let's see
you.
if I'm
That's
wrong.
interesting.
Oh,
Like, do you know around what time period?
heck no.
I
No.
assume probably like
Probably 1930s. I don't know.
1930s. That ugh.
So,
Germany invented
I don't
something in the
know.
1930s. That's
Oh, no, never mind.
that's
Never
you
mind. Never
know.
mind.
There you go. I mean, it tracks.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. That's so good.
Uh,
Oh, that's so good.
what's your next question? Sorry, Lee.
No, it's good, man. That's so good. Anyways, I was gonna ask when it comes to streaming, and you play video games on there, do you
Try to, yeah.
sometimes on the rare occasion I might find you playing video games.
Yeah.
Do you? And this is something that I've made it clear I don't like doing, but I'll still do it because it's nice to enjoy something for the first time, like a video game or a movie with someone else.
Uh-huh.
Uh, I don't necessarily like playing a video game, a new release or something that I've never played, like a new story. Because again, I'm more of a story, single player kind of person than I am a multiplayer kind of person. Recent
Mm.
years, I've been enjoying multiplayer, not a lot more, just enjoying it, right? Uh, I don't like playing it for the first time on stream because I feel like my focus is split and I'm not fully able to appreciate the content that the writers have put in place for me. Um, I don't know if you've ever played well, actually, you're playing Silent Hill right now for the first time, so I guess that also would be in the same category. Have you like does that affect you at all? Like, you wish you were able to fully take in the story, or is it something that doesn't really come into play when you're streaming something for the first time?
It does come into play because a lot of times I'll play a game like that and I think I'll just get way too distracted with what's being said,
Mm-hmm.
um, and what's going on in the stream.
Mm-hmm.
But then there are times I know for Silent Hill right now, it's I'm able to pay attention enough, so I feel like I'm sharing that experience with others. Even though I kind of some stuff has already kind of been spoiled, but yeah, there's definitely times when I'm playing a game and I'm like I am not absorbing anything at all,
Mm-hmm.
and it's because people don't think it's a real thing. I think as a viewer, but there's I think a lot of people call it streamer brain. So
Mm.
you could be watching something happen and on screen in the game, and you don't even you're not even aware of what you just saw. Yeah,
I'd fully agree because I replayed Resident Evil 4 remake recently, and
not on
I
stream, right?
non-stream, yeah, non-stream,
Uh-huh.
and here's the thing: I played Resident Evil 4 before, but the remake has a lot of new things in it.
Yeah,
And I replayed it just on my own. And I realized, wow, I don't remember half of this. It's a blur.
yeah,
Just never happened,
yep,
you know?
yep,
Because I was so focused on like, oh my god, guys, look, funny. This thing's funny,
yeah,
right? And it was
yeah,
funny, but I didn't fully take it in.
yeah. My
um,
mind is running like a million miles per hour when I'm
mm,
streaming, and you have
yeah.
to sometimes you have to ban people, you have to time out people, you have to see what's being said, and you don't want to ignore people, and then they complain about you being ignoring them,
Hmm.
which is valid. So there's a lot going on,
Yeah,
and that's why I feel exhausted after. Sorry.
streamer viewer relationship is a bit, I don't know. Because, yes, while I do agree with you in the sense that, yes, they're right to complain about you not noticing them, but at the same time, I feel not all viewers, obviously, but sometimes some viewers get this sense that, um, and support is always welcome, subs, donations, yes, it's welcome, but it's not expected. This content's free. I want you to watch me for free. I want you to enjoy what I have to offer for free. And if you choose to support me and what I'm doing, I'm very much appreciative of it, right? But I feel
Mm-hmm.
like some malicious actors use that as a, whether consciously or subconsciously,
Mm,
as well. I've been sub to you for X amount of time. You should give me more attention than this person that followed last month. And I don't think I don't think it's a zero sum game. I
mm,
don't think that's how it should work. I don't think that. Yes, you should value your longtime members who have been loyal for with you for. Yes, you should
mm-hmm.
value them more than someone who just came in, right? Yes, but at the same time, you don't want to alienate new people because they feel like, oh my god, I have to stay here for this long just so this guy can give me the same amount of attention. I always play that in my head because I don't know. I don't think that I never feel that's just me. I never feel disrespected when a streamer doesn't read my message.
Mm,
'Cause there's so many
mm,
other people in chat. There's so much others. There's the game or whatever they're doing on stream. There's 15 other people watching. There's 15 other people chatting.
mm.
It's okay, I think, if it's done in a joking way, yeah, it's a joke. But at the same time, if some people are actually offended, like how dare you not read my message, right? I don't know. It's not. I don't. It's not that serious, right? It really is not that serious. I don't think. There's a good balance there between valuing those who have supported you for so long, but also making sure that everyone feels welcome and
Mm.
everyone feels like they have a voice and everyone feels like that their voice does matter in your chat. Um, because nobody wants to go to a streamer that, oh, I'm just another number, right? Um, but at the same
Unless
time,
you're the big one, big streamers. But yeah,
yeah,
I
I
agree.
I
Yeah.
never got that with the big streamers. Because I see it like I sometimes would catch them live for like a minute, but usually my exposure to them is like through YouTube Shorts or whatever maybe. So I never
Uh,
understood the um I never understood watching them, and that's just me because like there's no
mm,
inter for me. I love Twitch for the interactivity, right? And
yeah,
I feel like there's
I
very
agree.
little to be had there, and the chat is just going. I'm like, well, I have no incentive to type in this chat. It's so interesting to
Mm.
me. Like, do you watch any big streamers at all live?
No. There, well, I guess you could say one. I lately we've been watching Asmongold, but we just watch his YouTube videos. I don't if I'm on Twitch, it's small streamers because I like the conversation. Yeah, the
Yeah,
interactivity.
I do like the interactivity as well, and that's why I kind of tend to stray away from
The big timers.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Some of the people I'm reading, I just some of the chat is funny today.
Go ahead. Read it out loud if you want.
So Nautilus just said, "Oh, Bugen has no problems alienating his longtime viewers. He will ignore them so much more than others. I constantly get ignored and banned. So much for being a longtime viewer. So dramatic."
This is what I mean. That is a
Yeah.
great example right there. Here's a fun story for you.
Good.
I've had I probably shouldn't say this one, but I'm gonna say it.
Go
Um,
ahead. I'm
I've
ready to
had
hear it.
someone gift $800 because they wanted me to play Rocket League, and I did not.
On stream?
Yes, and I did not
Oh.
become a Rocket League streamer. Yeah, so it's
Did
kind
they
of
want you
like
to play it on stream once, or did they want you to only play Rocket League?
only Rocket League, I
Oh,
think,
that's
but I'm
that's
pretty sure. Yeah,
I don't know. That's for
yeah.
800. That's I don't know. They try to
So
buy you. Were they like a long time viewer, or were they just a random person?
long time viewer.
Oh,
Yeah.
when was this?
2 Christmases ago.
Eight
Natalis probably
hundred dollars.
knows. He's in the chat, right? He's been
Yes,
there since the beginning, pretty much. But
$800.
yeah, yeah. And so when you were talking about that right now, that's what
Mm-hmm.
came to mind because I remember having that internal thought or dialogue in my head, like, should I play Rocket League because of that, or should I just continue doing what I'm doing? And I stuck to what I was doing because at the time I was doing this whole Genshin thing, Genshin
Mm-hmm.
Impact. That was my game, so I stuck to Genshin. but I remember
Really?
having
I
that.
know. For some
Yeah,
reason, I don't. I don't think I've ever heard you play Genshin.
that
That's
was
interesting.
before we met.
Okay, that makes
I was a
sense.
Genshin Impact streamer though.
Hmm. Really, like
Yep.
almost full time. That's so interesting.
Yeah.
No, that's
Yeah.
I never
It
heard
was
about
fun.
that.
Yeah.
I'm sure what I've only ever downloaded it, played it once, and then never played it again. Not because I thought it was bad or anything.
Oh.
I don't know. It's not my kind of. It's not my cup of tea. If that makes
Mhm.
sense.
I can
My cup
understand
of
that.
tea is like you've seen it, Assassin's Creed, right?
Prince
I
of
love
Persia.
Prince of Persia too. Oh, I'm
I
glad you
think I see Prince
remember.
of Persia, I think of you.
Now, yeah,
Um,
yeah,
yeah, Prince of
yeah.
Persia, Spider-Man. What was the one you just said right now?
Assassin's Creed,
That one. That one
which is
too. Yeah.
really a continuation of Prince of Persia, which is why I enjoy it so much. Because same company.
Oh.
Well, because
Oh.
for one reason or another they stopped making Prince of Persia. I think it's mostly because of low sales. Same
Mm.
dev team that made Prince of Persia wanted to make a Prince of Persia spinoff with assassins, which were the prince's guards historically. So they were like, you know what? Just make a game about them. Don't call it Prince of Persia. Brand new thing, and now it's like a whole new thing. But now it's also looking like it's hitting that nosedive in sales as well. Because
Oh.
you've heard about how every year you hear it's like the new Call of Duty effect, right? Oh, a new Assassin's Creed came out. Oh, it's so bad. I don't even want to play it, right? That's kind
Yeah.
of how it's been treated. So I can't wait to see
Yeah.
when new franchise comes out of the ashes of Assassin's Creed, which I hate to say, but um, I don't know. I do have to ask, what's with the self-inflicted abuse that is 1 hour mandatory Minecraft?
Did you guys hear that?
Because you do
um,
not. I've been on those streams.
uh-huh.
Every time you're in a forest, same like 100 block radius, and you just keep dying. You just keep dying. Like what? Why?
I'm not good at Minecraft.
Why is it
What?
an hour mandatory? Why is that a thing?
I did my first subathon back in April. It's November now. Um, and I had an absurd goal, financially, just to be
Mm-hmm.
clear, that I didn't think would be met. There was no way that this would be met. It was something I thought would be fun, funny to
Mm-hmm.
put on screen, and it was to play Minecraft for a whole year for at least an hour a week on
Mm-hmm.
stream. Um, yeah, it was a crazy goal. I didn't think it'd be met. Like I said, it was there mostly to be funny, but it was. Some people might say, "Well, why is that funny?" And it was because people knew how I felt about Minecraft because I
Mm-hmm.
would kind of trash talk it all the time because of how it looked, not knowing how good the game is actually. Because I do think Minecraft is actually pretty dang good
Mm-hmm.
now. But yeah, it was a crazy goal. I didn't think it'd be met,
And it was
and
crushed.
they
Crushed.
proved me wrong and did it.
Mm-hmm.
So it was a really cool moment, but at the same time, I was like, "Oh, dang, here we go. Now I got to play Minecraft for a whole year
Do
for at
you
least
do?
an hour a week."
Were those hour endeavors on your server?
It's a
Or
mix. I started playing recently solo server
mm,
because
oh,
I
like
had
on
been
a
given a bunch of
regular
items,
world?
and
Yeah.
yeah, and I didn't learn Minecraft, and I feel like
Yeah,
I'm
I
learning a
was
bit more
shocked.
now.
I hopped on the first time,
You
and
did.
you had like full kitted netherite, and I was like,
Yep.
brother,
Yep.
it's
Didn't earn
so
any of
funny.
that myself.
Ah,
It was
it's
just
okay.
given
I
to me.
mean, it was a fun time. That Minecraft server was a fun. And that speaks to your community because they made it fun. They made it what it is. They gave it personality, and it's definitely more
Mhm.
successful than a lot of Minecraft servers that I have seen. To be fair, I've seen more successful Minecraft servers than I've seen unsuccessful ones. But
Mm.
the bad ones they're very bad. Usually it's just like the uh, the streamer and his mods get commands and they're like,
Oh.
"Oh, I can't wait to make a stream called trolling my viewers," and it's just like,
Oh.
which is funny. No, it's
Interesting.
don't get me wrong, it's funny, and I think it's a good idea, but it's like that's the entire shtick of the server,
Oh.
So there's no on and off switch ever. So it's like, I don't know. It's not my cup of tea. I, I listen.
Okay.
Masochism, cool, but I wouldn't fully go into a Minecraft server after a day's work just to get abused. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's messed up. Because even
It is.
some of you guys like you guys have built some awesome stuff
We
in our
tried.
server.
I won't take credit for everything. I'll take credit for the house that I built, but that was mostly skills.
Oh, I thought it was you. Okay.
I built the house, but like the villager farm, the
Uh-huh.
surroundings of the house,
That was
that
her?
that was all her. No, because she
Oh, okay.
honestly, I'm very impressed sometimes with how much time she has to do Minecraft. But then I realized that she does it while doing work, so I guess it makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah, it does
Um,
make sense. It's an awesome
l-
life.
do you have a do you have an end goal?
An angle?
Do you have like a not necessarily a
Ooh.
point where you're like, oh, I'm done. I don't want to stream anymore because that I don't think that's realistic. But do you have like a milestone? I guess that's a better answer. I want to say end goal, right? But like a milestone, something that you're currently
Mm.
working towards right now with streaming that you're like, I'm trying to get to this point sooner than later.
I wish I could tell you I did, but I don't, and I could kind of explain why. Um, I know a lot of people out there will think that you should have a goal and goals are good for you, and I agree.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess in my case, I don't like making expectations, and I know a goal is not an expectation, but kind of feel like if I set that goal and then I meet that goal, then I don't know. It's almost like I'll put just creating the goal kind
Mm-hmm.
of puts pressure on me, and I try to avoid any kind of pressure when it comes to streaming.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Do you would you say it's like your outlet, your way of detoxing after a day? Or
no,
is it more just a hobby you enjoy?
neither.
Neither. So
I
what is streaming to you then really?
I know a lot of people see it as like this is my moment to decompress and stuff. It's not that for me because it's the whole introvert thing. So I
Mm-hmm.
see it as stage fright and shyness, and it's almost like work, but it's fun work.
Mm-hmm.
The other thing it's not. I guess you could say it is a hobby, but I want to take it further than that. I want to take it more serious than that. And it's cool that Raniker. Raniker's a friend of mine. He said a great thing the other day where it's like, you have a hobby that pays you, which is great because most people have to pay for their hobby.
Mm-hmm.
So that is awesome, but I guess I see it as more than a hobby. It's maybe some people will say it's a bad thing, but it's like it's become kind of a huge part of me.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess I see it as work, but it's fun work.
So in a
So when
way, would you say that unofficially,
mhm.
a milestone would be I can live off of Twitch.
Yes.
I'm making my money off of
Yeah.
Twitch. I'm paying my rent with Twitch.
Yeah, you know what?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I guess yeah, I'll go ahead and say that. So a good goal, oh, getting a call, sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Um a good goal would be, I mean, I can just throw stuff out there, but I don't really feel it as a goal, but 1,000 current concurrent viewers.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's a pretty good goal. Um, Financially, making as much money as I made at my last job. I guess that's a good goal too.
That's actually I
Uh,
like that better more than the viewer one because the viewer one could be very, could be a
yeah,
slippery
because
slope, right?
you can have 1,000 viewers,
Mm-hmm.
but from what I hear, some people would think, oh, you have 1,000 viewers and you're making awesome money. But
Mm-hmm.
I have heard from two people who actually are in that range
Mm-hmm.
that say that they make very little. But then there are some that I've known who have 100 viewers and they make a pretty good living.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I guess end goals, like those are some good end goals. Let's just say making as much money as I made in my last job. That'd be a pretty good goal.
I think that's a pretty
But
good goal because
yeah,
you're setting an expectation that you've already met elsewhere, but now you're
Mm,
achieving that same
mm.
response, except with something that you've built from the ground up on your
Yeah.
own. Well, I guess not fully on your own, right? Because you can't do anything on your own. It's possible with your community.
But
Um,
I guess I want to say that, if I don't want to set that expectation because then if I still have that mindset and I talk about it with the misses all the time that if I get on stream and there's one viewer, then it's still worth streaming. So
mhm.
the end goal doesn't matter, I guess.
Yeah, it's
That's
more
why.
so something to keep in mind. Yeah,
Yeah,
and
I guess that's
yeah,
why I'm
it's
kind of weird about it.
that's like your milestone. Because I honestly don't see you ending just because I hit it. Okay, bye guys. Right.
I don't think
Um,
so. The day might come, but I don't think so. Not
mm.
anytime soon.
Everything has to have a beginning and a conclusion, right? So it's not it's
Do you
not
think I'll end someday?
everybody has to end someday,
I
right?
guess you're right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
everybody has to end someday. You can't unless you hand over your channel to somebody else. But then would it really be Bugen's channel? I don't think it won't be Bugen anymore. You can have to say it would have to say it would have the same name, but it's not the same. I don't know. It won't be the
Uh,
same vibe.
I kind of want to ask you these questions now.
Me,
Can I ask you? Yeah, what's your end goal?
Mister. This is talk with
Okay,
Lee.
okay, fine. I knew
Not
you were
not
gonna say that.
not not
Fine.
talk to Lee.
Okay,
All right.
okay. I'm
Nah, it's all
talking.
good. I mean, I would have a lot. I could have a lot to say about it because, like I said, this is a as far as goals,
Uh,
it started off mostly. And like, as by the way, I was joking about the whole because this conversation. So I'm glad you actually want to hear the perspective, so we can at least have some contrast because it is different. I don't have like, I want to make as much money as I made in this job or anything like that. I do definitely want to turn this into something where it's self sustainable. It's something I can live off of. It's something that I can um put my full effort into because it's the thing that's actually keeping me sustained in life. But it
mm,
started off as an outlet to be able to independently make film. The whole reason why I started doing
mm,
content. And yes, there were dreams as a kid, like, oh, I love this YouTuber, I love this streamer, I wish I could be them, right? But that was
mm,
never really what drove me to do it. It was more so I wanted to make film independently, and I think this is the best way to do it without having to worry about investors, without having to worry about um, studios that may or may not change your script, not having to worry about people that would give you the funding but would buy your IP from you. So I thought this would be the best way to
mm,
do it. It's to have my community know what I'm all about, know how hard I've worked on a specific project, and if they want to see it happen, they can crowdfund it, you know? But that's
mm,
not
mm,
really the reason I do it anymore because it's not I'm not saying it's not a realistic goal anymore, but it's not what gets me out of bed to stream. Um, what gets me out of bed to stream is, and there's been a couple times where I said I'm wasting my time. I could be picking up a different job, doing double shifts, right?
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
it's it's definitely there's something about what we do on Twitch that's very unique to Twitch, and it's because yes, every content creator has a community, but to be able to actively speak with said community and have a live response is unique to Twitch. And yes, I know YouTube has a live streaming service, but YouTube and Twitch have very different cultures. Like they're different words. It's just a different vibe when you're talking on Twitch chat versus YouTube chat. And I guess for me,
Oh,
it
okay.
went from I want to turn this into an outlet to make film, which I still to an extent want to
Mm,
do. I want to incorporate film into the content, but it's also become a situation where I want to continue growing the community, continue meeting new people, because I met some people with such unique lives on here and so much
oh
wisdom and
yeah.
advice to give. Yeah, exactly. Like
Mhm,
I've met you, I've met Gus, I mean,
mhm,
I wouldn't have never met people like Kira, people like Ranicor, if I haven't met you, and I wouldn't have
mhm,
met you if I didn't decide to if I didn't decide to stream. And you guys have so many unique life experiences, so many unique perspectives, so many unique so much unique advice to give, so much wisdom in their, varying levels that I would never have gotten if I didn't decide to stream. Because there's nowhere else to find that. Yes, I can go on different discords, different communities, but to invite that type of energy to yourself is quite the
Yeah.
blessing, and it definitely does. When you're like I said, I do filmmaking, but I specifically focus on directing and writing. Right now, it's
Mm,
mostly writing. To write, and my best friend said this, and it's been something that's stuck with me. You can't write what you don't know. And you might be like, well, how
mm,
do people make sci-fi? How do people make fantasy? It's relating to something that they have done or seen in life. Like Tolkien, when he made Lord of the Rings, a lot of the locations were based off of his experience as a World War One veteran. Now,
oh, I
yes,
didn't know
he
that.
now yes,
Wow.
these places are mythical and they're fantasy, right? But they're based off of reality. So you can't write
Mm,
what you don't know. The more
mm,
people I
mm,
meet, the more experiences they share with me, the more stories they tell me, the more wisdom I get from them, the more that increases the strength of my creativity as not only a writer, as a person. The more increases my
mm,
perspective, which is very important. Because let's be fair, you probably had some ideas, and I had some ideas before we started streaming about certain ways that life should be, or certain ways that life worked. And then we met so many different people from different parts of the world, and we've realized,
mm,
oh my God, we were wrong, or oh my God, there's more to this. Life works in very different ways than we thought it did. And that's kind
mm,
of why I continue streaming. I just enjoy the idea of meeting people that otherwise I would have never met, and to share these
mm,
perspectives with people that otherwise I would never have, and to learn these things that otherwise I would have never learned. And it definitely does help me in my personal life and my professional life. And I think
mm.
there's no real limit to how much um, wisdom you can obtain. It only ends when
I
you pass
agree.
on. It only ends when you pass on.
Mm,
So it's very unique because, like I said, I think that some of that is unique to Twitch. Because with YouTube, yes, you upload a video, you get comments, you may or may not see them. You're not forced to look at them. So
yeah.
it
Yeah.
is quite interesting. For y- but for you, were there like any? Because like I said, I had points where I didn't know if I was wasting my time on Twitch,
Mm,
genuinely, and that's fair to admit. There's always that
yeah.
sense of doubt when you do anything this much. Have you
Yeah.
ever had a moment like that where you're like, is this something worth putting this much time into?
Hmm. I feel like right now I want to tell you yes, but I want to be absolutely honest. So I can't remember any at this moment, but yeah, there has to have been times where I felt like, man, I'm wasting my time. Should I even keep going? What am I even doing?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of it has to do with, I don't know for you, but for me, a lot of it has to do with the perception of people around me. So, for example, my parents, other people, friends, and a lot of family, they think this is weird doing this
Mm-hmm.
Twitch thing,
Yeah,
streaming.
I trust me, I
Um,
know.
yeah, when I
Mm-hmm.
tell them I make money from it, they don't believe me. They think I'm trying to impress them, or they think I'm lying, or they don't think that you can make money doing something like this. Um, and a lot of that throughout the years has kind of affected my way of thinking about it. But I feel like at least for the last 6 months, maybe the last year, my mindset has been changing a lot to feel like, you know what, it's a new time right now. Um, I mean, what I mean is this day and age, things are different, so you can actually make a living off doing stuff like this, right? Um, but anyway, yeah, I there have been moments where I felt like I was wasting my time.
Mm-hmm.
There had to have been. Right now, I can't think of any, but I know that they were there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but
Now my mindset.
on
Uh,
a good note, though, on a good note, if you can't pinpoint one, that means those feelings were never that strong. They didn't really like leave
true,
that much of a
true.
mark.
Yeah, because right now I can tell you that. No, nothing I've done is a waste of time. I think someone asked me a few weeks ago, I think it was a few weeks ago, if you've been doing this for almost 4 years now, why don't you have more to show for it?
Yeah, I hate that question so
And
much.
I get the question, but it's
Hmm.
also kind of frustrating because people don't know that when you pass that 3 viewer mark, I think you mentioned this recently too.
Hmm.
Just to have more than 3 average viewers is a huge feat to accomplish on Twitch, from what I know. So anyway, back to, do I feel like it's a waste? No, because I got invited to 2 different weddings because of Twitch. I got to go to a K-pop concert because of Twitch. Um, got to meet all kinds of awesome people. But everyone's gonna say that, I think. So me just saying that, it sounds very generic, but
I
it's
mean,
true.
I don't think
Uh,
everybody got invited to a wedding. To be fair, right? So
that's true.
that's a
I mean,
unique
I got to be a
experience.
groomsman at a wedding that I met from someone I met on Twitch. So I never feel like it's ever been a waste of time. No, but before, yes, there was
Yeah,
moments.
and one of the reasons
Yeah.
why I hated that question, like, oh, you've been doing this for X amount of years. Why aren't you at this level?
Yep.
Fine, yes,
Yep.
sure, but let's say you have 10 viewers, right?
Mhm.
10 viewers.
Mhm.
Look in your room right now and imagine 10 people watching your screen. I mean, that's a lot of people.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah. That's a good
looking.
way to put it.
Imagine 10 people on
Yeah.
um
They want to come hang out with you.
like imagine 10 people on their computer collectively
Mhm.
looking at you. I
Yeah.
think that's a
It's a huge compliment.
it's a huge compliment, and it really speaks to
Yeah.
what you're doing, but it also speaks to, yes, our perception's skewed. Like um it's a are skewed because we tend to look at the bigger streamers on the platform, right? But again, I think the numbers are skewed. You look at what you have right now and appreciate it, and that will
Mhm.
give you the motivation to continue growing. Because 10 people
Mhm.
is not little, right?
No, it's not.
It doesn't have to be 1,000. Doesn't have to be 2,000. And
Yeah.
yes, I know there's certain goals that we want to hit, but again, like I said, just imagine 10 people in your house right now. It's
Yeah.
it's
It's a
quite
big
the
deal.
achievement.
Mhm.
Yeah, at a certain point, like we discussed earlier, it becomes impossible to know everybody, and that's a
Yeah.
little sad in a sense.
Yeah.
Um, when you look at when you look at different communities,
Mhm.
or like for me, for example, I one of my favorite things is seeing my Discord work without me actively being in there. Seeing people on VC without me being in VC, seeing people type in chat, interacting with each other. Because more often than not, your Discord is most active when you're on VC or you're talking in chat. Because people want to talk to the streamer, right? That's why they
For
even join the
sure.
Discord. But one of the
Yeah.
coolest things is seeing the community be alive and well on its own. People, and then seeing one of your community members in another community. It's and them
Mm.
interacting, and it's like it's so cool. And when you see that, is that also something that really hits you, or is it more like you prefer having that direct interaction more than seeing your community organically move itself around?
Oh no, hell no. I love when there's stuff going on.
Hmm.
Um, I feel like most people would say that. But yeah, sometimes I see I'm out and about and I'll see people hanging out in the Discord in the movie chat and I wish I could join, but I can't join all the time. But when I see them there, oh hell yeah. I'll show D the light, which is the wifey. I'll show her and I'll be like, look, they're hanging out in there right now.
Hmm.
So yeah, I get super excited when I see that. I love when they post in the Gains channels. I love when they post in the Uh, I was gonna say not safe for work, but we took that away. But I love when I see them post stuff.
Mhm.
Kiki, one of the people there, she posted her hair earlier, and that kind of stuff I love. It makes me feel good. It's like so talking to friends, you know. Yeah, I love it.
I'm glad. I mean, yeah, I feel like not a lot of streamers will disagree with that sentiment, but I just wanted to get your perspective on it. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's a bit weird. Because I don't know. It's just it's something that wouldn't be there if you didn't do it, and now seeing it work itself out,
Mhm.
it's such a weird experience, but it's weird in a good way, right? Like it's not
Mm.
off putting to me. I did want to
Mm.
ask you, or I guess discuss this with you, because we're both in school, various different
Mhm.
levels of school, and God knows I'm struggling with it, right? But I feel like that's how that I feel like that's how that part of life goes. What are you currently studying?
Physical therapy assistant.
Physical therapy assistant, yeah.
Mhm.
I'm studying computer engineering.
Mhm.
Uh,
Yeah, you've told me, but just for the sake of saying it, yeah.
yeah,
Sounds rough.
yeah. I mean, no, we've talked about school before, and I don't know, like now that's something I can
Oh.
confidently say I have totally felt. What the hell am I doing this for? Multiple times, because oh man, so many times I'm like,
Mhm.
oh, I could be streaming right now. I could be streaming right now. I could have so much more time, right? I don't know. It's it's definitely something that I definitely see the benefit of long term. Am I enjoying it now? No. Am
Mhm.
I? Do I have to, in a sense, gaslight myself into thinking that it's gonna be something more than it is? Yes, but I don't know. Like, how do you go through with school?
Uh,
If you go through with school, because if you're struggling, please let me know.
well, I have to be completely honest.
Mm-hmm.
Um, because I'm not gonna be proud of myself if I don't tell you now. But it's been a secret, so I might as well just reveal it now.
You don't have
I
to. You
I
don't have
I
to
took a
reveal
break.
it. Oh,
I
okay.
took a break from school. Um, this
When
was
was
a
that?
decision I made last week, just
Mm.
last week. Um, so I mean, I could talk a lot about that, but
Go,
you
please go
asked you
ahead.
asked how do I get through it, and it's not easy. It's kind of like what you said. Well, maybe it's not so hard. I'm interested in what I'm learning. I actually I actually love what I'm learning, but what I'm not interested in is the end goal. So it's not about the money for me. It was about, well, maybe a little bit, but it was about doing something that I thought I'd be into, that I know is going to be a reliable job, unlike streaming.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I loved what I was learning, but when it came to thinking of the end, which was working in patient care, I realized that I'm so over it. Um, Doing medical field jobs for the last 12 years, and I guess seeing, I don't know how deep I should get or not, but
Oh, go. I
not to
mean,
sound too dramatic.
no, you can
Seeing,
you can talk about whatever. Like it's
okay.
fine. Yeah, I'm very interested in hearing about it.
Just okay. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
that's good. Thank you. I'm glad. I'm glad you're interested. Yeah, just being in the medical field for so long and having dealt with patients for so long, I'm over it. It's not because I'm not nice, and it's not because I'm not a person who likes helping others. But I think it feels like a huge a chapter of my life that I'm just over, and I'm ready for a new chapter. So there's a lot of that. There's a lot of kind of like you said earlier, having to gaslight myself every
Mm-hmm.
time I went to kind of force myself to believe that I wanted to be there when
Mm-hmm.
I know that I didn't. The amount of money doesn't help either, and the whole how school works in the U.S. is its own whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
With the thoughts of it being a sham and this and that, it's very
Yeah.
expensive.
Mm-hmm.
But it was a difficult decision, and it was something that I thought about for weeks, every night. It would bother me when I would go to sleep. The amount of money that it costs to go to school. I'm not saying it's not worth it, but it sucks. And if my heart wasn't really into it, which it wasn't, then I just kind of felt like I should stop going. And it's not because I couldn't do it. It was just more of like, I don't know, I guess from past experiences I've learned more about myself, and I'm not going to force myself to do something that I don't want to do. So, I
Yeah.
thought it's to speak on that a little bit, kind of like different topic but the same thing. I think a lot of people look down on blue collar jobs. I could be wrong. Maybe they don't. But
Depends on where you live, honestly.
yeah.
I do think there's a sentiment of looking down on people who are
Mm,
seemed as uneducated because they didn't get higher education.
yes. There's I've done both.
Hmm.
You could say white collar jobs, blue collar jobs. I find myself to be a lot happier doing blue collar jobs. So that's I consider that a white collar job, being a physical therapist assistant.
Hmm.
Just like I
A
said, I
job
love
that
the
doesn't
knowledge.
involve
Huh?
like heavy physical labor. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I see why, because I've done plenty of blue collar jobs as well. And they've been my highest
Mm.
paying jobs. I'll just be honest right now.
Really? Oh,
Yeah,
they've been my lowest ones.
no, for well, because when like I guess the deepest I went to it was in high school, which wasn't that long ago for me.
Mm.
Um, I I did a I worked with a company for most of the year that and usually it was just through a family friend because otherwise I wouldn't have gone in. They did flooring, like they just worked on installing floors in
That's a
houses.
tough one.
I thought it was gonna be easy. It's like, oh, I don't have to be outside, right?
No,
That's
that's
my I was like, I don't
hard.
have to be outside. I'll be indoors. We'll take some wood out and put some wood back in, and
I didn't
bro.
know that about you.
Man,
Nice.
it was rough. It was rough,
Yeah.
but it
Yeah.
paid a lot, and I think that's probably why I
Mm.
enjoyed it more because I felt like work in, work out, work in, money out, right? And it
Mm.
reciprocated well enough to where I felt to get kids to actually want to work.
Yeah.
Um, and what Pound Ball just said, literally, teachers use my job to get kids to do better in school. I think that's horrible. It's like the classic thing, right? When the teacher says, "Do you want to be a garbage man?" But then you
Yeah.
realize a garbage man makes more money than a teacher per year, right? And it's not
That is
really. I don't
crazy.
think it was ever
Yeah.
about the money. I don't think it was ever about the money. I think it was about
Yeah.
societal outlook on your profession. Because
Yeah.
you can ask this to any person, literally any person. Would you rather walk in a room and say I'm a janitor, or would you rather walk into a room and say I am an engineer of whatever? Right?
Yeah.
It's not even if a janitor made more money. It's all
Yeah.
about how we as humans view ourselves in front of other people and how we want them to
Yeah.
view us. And
Yeah.
I think that's a very destructive thing, because yes,
Yes.
in a sense,
I agree.
you should think, oh, I want to have a job with bigger possibilities of advancing in the future, but I don't like the sentiment of let me go to college, let me work for a job that I know will pay less than this job, but and I have no problem doing this job, but I also don't want my friends thinking I'm a bum, right, for picking this job over going to college. And I think
Yeah.
I'm sure you've seen this though in recent years. Um, People have started to realize that college is not, and I'm in college, so I trust me, I know, right? People have started realizing college isn't the end all be all. You don't have to go to make something of yourself. So most companies don't even look at college like that anymore. They look at a degree versus years of experience. They'll take the years of experience over the degree. It's People have started to realize that it's not about the name of the job. It's about, well, can I live, right?
Mm.
And God knows things have gone so much more expensive in recent years that I think social status means less comparatively to
Mm.
being able to put gas in the car and get groceries every other week. Every other week used to be every
Mm.
week, but you know, it's just I do agree with that sentiment. I don't fault you for thinking that. I think what you're doing is better than what a lot of people do, because yes, I want to do film, but college is a thing that I'm doing because I realize that I want to have a backup because what degree
Mm,
I'm studying used to be the thing I wanted to do. But man,
yeah.
I will tell you, it's something that I'm playing around. I've consistently playing around with the idea of should I even keep doing this?
Mm,
And you're a bigger man
yeah.
than me because you actually pulled the trigger.
No. No, well,
Um,
right now I'm on a leave of absence because
mhm.
I was ready to outright quit, but the the administrator of our school, which she's actually really cool, she reached out to me and asked like, "Do you just want to go on a leave of absence in case you change your mind? It's the best of both worlds, I think." And I'm like, "Yeah, that sounds cool." But yeah, I think a lot of the reason I was going to school is because of what kind of what you said and
Mhm.
the um the perception of the people around me who are closest to me. You know, it's like everybody, my parents, they think you should go to school and that's how you become a success in life. But
Mhm.
I've had a lot of time to think about it, and if anyone who knows me, you know, I'm I'm a very simple guy. The bare minimum living with that, I'm okay with.
Mhm.
I mean, I slept in my car for a few months. So what I have now is more than I could even ask for. So some people would say that means I'm setting my goals lower. I don't see it that way. Um, it's just I know what I need to be happy, and it's very
Mhm.
little. So
At least you know,
yeah,
because a lot of people don't
yeah,
know, and it's not even for a
yeah,
lack of
true.
trying. At least you know, and I think you're making good efforts to get to that point. And
Thank you.
I think I wouldn't, and I tell this to anybody, right? I wouldn't get discouraged if you never fully reach nirvana, right? You never really reach peace, because I think life is a constant battle
It's
of
a
getting to the
constant work
best.
into it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
yeah, I
consistently because
agree.
working towards the best possible life to live. And a
Yeah,
lot of people think, oh, one day I'm gonna have this, and I will never have a need to do anything else.
yeah,
And that's just
yeah.
not a realistic outlook. I don't think, at
No,
least. I think that you're gonna reach a certain point, then you're gonna find another problem you want to solve, and then reach another point, then you're gonna find another
I
problem you want
agree
to
with
solve.
that. Yeah,
hmm
I
Like
agree.
now, I want money. Tomorrow, I have money, but now I have no motivation to do anything. So now I have to find the motivation. That's a
Yeah,
whole other problem, right? So
yeah.
I want everybody to know and believe, and I already believe this is like you should never have happiness, just that
Mm.
concept as the goal, because
The
and I don't know
constant
where
work.
I don't know where this stemmed from, really, right?
Huh.
That people think I'm not happy all the time, therefore there's something wrong,
No, it's normal.
right?
Can't be
But
happy all the
happiness
time.
is an emotion, just like sadness is an emotion. You're not sad
Yeah.
all the time. You shouldn't be happy all the time. You shouldn't be angry all the time. You shouldn't be.
Mm.
It's a fleeting thing. It's not a thing that's
Yeah.
always there. So, but it's a thing where people feel, oh, because this isn't present 24/7, but this X, Y, and Z person that has however many followers on this platform,
Hmm.
right, said, oh,
Yeah.
you should strive to be happy. Well, you can't maintain
Yes,
that.
they all say
Yeah,
it.
you cannot
Yeah.
maintain that. It's impossible. It's
Yeah.
unrealistic,
No,
and I think you should maintain a healthy balance of emotions because you need
I'm
to
so
be
glad you
angry.
said that.
You need to be
Because
angry sometimes. You
yeah,
need to be sad sometimes. You need to
yeah.
be happy sometimes. You have to
Hmm.
have one of them each at least at some point, Because to be happy all the
Yeah.
time is, I don't know, that it's the same concept as you don't appreciate sunny days without
Yes.
cloudy days, right?
Yes.
You can't
Yeah,
appreciate being
you know
happy if you
what's
weren't
sad?
sad.
It took
What's
me
sad?
this long to figure that out. I wish I figured that
hmm
out a long time ago, but
I
I only started learning that now, that you can't be happy all the time and it's not
Yeah,
normal.
and that's okay. I mean, everybody figures something out at different points, right? It's better to
Well, it took
figure
me
it out
forever.
than to never figure it out, because that's the alternative.
True.
The alternative
True.
is that you never figured that concept out and you're just stuck in this perpetual loop of
Yeah.
always feeling like there's something wrong with you because you aren't feeling this emotion. Have you ever seen
Yeah.
the show Vikings?
No, but I heard it's good.
It's good. There's a scene between the main character Ragnar and his son,
Uh-huh.
um, Bjorn, and I'm probably not gonna quote this right. It's been some time since I've seen it. but his son says, "I'm not happy." They're both Vikings, right? So they may have a more skewed outlook on life. But I really love this quote. Ragnar tells his son, "Who told you to be happy? You don't have a right to be happy.
Mm,
Um, Happiness doesn't keep you alive. It doesn't nurture you, and it doesn't feed you.
wow.
It don't." And he's like, and a lot of people got this vibe from the scene that Ragnar's trying to toughen his son up, and he's just a grumpy man. He doesn't think happiness is necessary. That's not the idea of the scene. For my own, uh, what I got from that scene, my own perspective from that scene is, it's not that you shouldn't be happy. It's that don't expect happiness to be something that's owed to you. Because when you
Hmm.
expect it to be something that's owed to you and it doesn't come your way, then you feel robbed, and then that makes it that much worse.
Yeah,
Like I said, who told you to be happy?
yeah,
Unhappiness is more common than happiness. That's what he told
yeah.
him. And yes, that's a
I
depressing
like that.
outlook, but it's the truth. Life is full
I
of
don't think it's
challenge, and
depressing.
well, to say that you're more unlikely to be unhappy all the time is, it is a little
Oh,
bit
okay,
negative,
I guess.
depending
Yeah,
on your perspective, right?
yeah.
But that's just the truth. It's You will end up being better off accepting that life will be
Mm,
tougher than it is not tough most of the time, because
mm,
that will then make you expect it to be tough, which will make it not as tough, and it will make you be able to tackle those issues with more grace, with more patience, with more of an open mind. And then you can, to circle back, achieve some sort of happiness that's perpetual, but not
mm,
lingering at all times.
mm.
I think that's the goal that everybody should have, but not eternal happiness, because even if you could achieve it, that'd still be unhealthy for you. Having one emotion all the time. Imagine if you're angry. No one wants to be angry all the time. No one wants to be sad all the time. So I don't think anyone should want to
Mm.
be happy all the time. It's not. It's
Yeah,
gonna end up feeling as exhausting as the other two emotions are. Exhausting in
yeah.
consistency.
I like that you said that. Yeah.
I don't know. That's just something that I'm sure people have different opinions on it. You know.
Oh yeah.
Because yes, it is easy for me to say, oh, because again, perspective, right? Because somebody might be suffering
Yeah.
from an illness or something
Hmm.
chronic, right? And they're like, no, well, I want to be happy,
Yeah.
right? It's like, yes, it's all about perspective, but I do think there are truths of life that we should all come to accept, because it will make life that much
Yeah.
easier for the rest of
And
us.
that goes back to the whole D word thing I have. I
Really, I,
deserve. I
thank you for
hate
bringing
that
that
word.
up. Thank you for bringing
That's
that up,
why.
because I didn't write that down, and I do want to ask you that. Why?
You do?
So
Why
why
do I
is
hate that
deserve?
word?
Why is deserve? I thought it was a meme, like just purely,
Hmm.
but it's sounding like it's something that, like, this word is something that, for, by the way, the word is deserve, just for my YouTube audience. So we're, I don't want to, I want to make sure everybody knows that, so they know what we're talking about, right?
Yeah, yeah,
But why
yeah.
is, now I'm realizing it's an actual thing. Why is that word so disliked by you? Is there like an
um,
actual deeper meaning? Is it a
yes,
recent phenomena, or is
I
it,
think it's deep. No,
has it
no,
always been a thing?
it's been a thing for years. I don't remember
Okay.
when it started, but for years. I've always felt that word is just, I guess, plainly toxic. What I mean by that is you hear people throughout life say, "You deserve to be happy. You deserve to
Mm-hmm.
be treated right. You deserve to have this and that." I've just always I've never felt like that word has been a positive thing to hear. Because maybe it's an old school mindset, but I feel like you have to earn things, even happiness. You don't just
Mm-hmm.
deserve happiness. You have to earn it. You have to work towards it. It's not something that's just given to you all the time. And that goes with everything, money, job, whatever. So I've always felt like it has a negative connotation to it. But I will say this, lately people have been changing my mind on that
Really?
word. Yeah, finally, after
In what
years.
sense? Like,
Um,
why?
so I talked to a friend at the gym who is also a viewer on the stream, and he knows how much I dislike that word. And he kind of started, we had like a 30-minute talk on it where he started actually kind of changing my mind because he was saying that I guess you could relate it to like streaming. If, for example, someone has 10 viewers and another person, lots of other people have 3 viewers average, whatever. And I feel kind of dumb to make this as an example, but I feel like it's a good way to explain it.
Mm-hmm.
If one streamer is putting a lot more work and effort into their stream, and that's why they have more viewers than the other person, then wouldn't you say that because of their hard work and stuff, they deserve it? But then some people also put in the same amount of work and still have 3 viewers instead of 10 average viewers. So wouldn't you say that they also deserve to have 10 viewers? So I guess his argument was some people are just lucky, whereas the other people can be putting in the same work and they're not as lucky, but they deserve it. So it kind of like started to change my mind on that word, and it doesn't hit as hard as it used to. But yeah, that's the whole thing behind the deserve word.
Makes sense. I mean, I don't. And when
Hey,
you
call
put it
me
like
out if you
that,
want to.
no. I'm thinking because
Disagree with me if you want, please.
because you said it has a negative connotation. I started thinking about different applications of the word, and I mean, whenever you say the word deserve, I immediately think of oh, you deserve this, right? Like something
Yeah,
bad happened to you, and someone tells you deserved
yeah.
it, right? That's immediately where my mind goes to. It's
I
never
hear it a
something
lot from
positive.
moms too. They tell their daughters or whatever, you deserve a good man or whatever, and
Yeah,
stuff
yeah,
like
it
that.
sets an expectation. I think that's where the
Yeah,
negativity comes from. It sets an expectation. And when you set
yeah.
an expectation and that expectation isn't met, then you're ultimately met with feeling like
Mhm.
life betrayed you when it really didn't because it never owed you anything.
Or
Um,
God. People blame God a
yeah,
lot.
yeah, God
Yeah,
is like, oh, I deserve this because God, or I didn't do
yeah.
this or that. There's many ways to
Hmm.
apply it, and they're all negative. Um, I don't know. It's. I would have to do more thinking about it because it's not. It's something that's definitely there's layers to it. You know, it's not. It's I can't
I'm
just
glad you
decipher it right
think
now.
that
Yeah,
because I think
there's
so
layers
too.
to it.
Yeah,
Um, it's interesting.
but I would love to hear what you think of that word.
I never really put like a lot of weight on that word because it was just another like
Just another word.
word
Mm.
that just rolls off. But I mean, if you really think about a word you say, think about why you say it.
Yeah.
I'm sure we can come to a lot of different words that we probably shouldn't be saying, or we have
Oh,
we
that
have
makes sense.
different
I'm just a
connotations about these
weirdo.
words.
That
Um,
one word.
and like some people do like when I say deserve, right? Like,
Uh-huh.
like for example, if I said because it's like we said, it sets a false expectation that you're owed something, right?
Yes, that's my problem
Um,
with it.
but
Is that they're owed.
Pound Balls just said, if you work, do you deserve to get paid?
Yeah. See, that's the
But it's the
argument that could be
same.
made. Yeah.
It's this. Yeah, it's the same connotation. Um,
Hmm.
so I guess it depends on the context. Which
But you would say you earned your pay because you worked. So you earned
exactly?
it.
Yes.
There
So
was
at
there was
that
effort
point,
put in
hmm
because when people say deserve, they're implying that it should just be given to you. Like no one says you need to earn a good man. You need to earn a good woman. They always say you deserve. Like you're just so great that it should just be given to you. But
hmm
then say now there's the other side. Well, is it just like the luck of the draw? I don't know. So
either the
yeah.
luck of the draw or
Someone could be putting in the same amount of work that someone else is, but then they don't have the same payoff. But then you could say they deserve it, right? Because they put in the same amount of work.
hmm I
Anyway,
don't know. That
it's just a word.
it's really no. I mean, dude, words have whether we want to believe it or not, words have power. Because
You're right. I do.
words move nations, they move crowds, they start riots. They
Yeah.
words have power.
Hmm.
Um,
True.
like yes, sticks and stones may
You're
break my
right.
bones, but words will never hurt me. But words can
Oh,
move nations.
words
Words
hurt
can
way
start war.
more.
Words can start wars.
Yeah.
Words can do a lot. So it's
Oh yeah.
uh,
Yeah.
Nautilus brings a good point.
Oh boy.
So is he saying I've earned all my timeouts? That's what they said.
Absolutely for sure. He has earned all of his timeouts and he has deserved. He has earned
Oh,
and deserved all of his
oh,
timeouts.
oh.
Don't pay attention to him. Don't read what he says anymore.
Oh my goodness.
I'm just
Bro, he
kidding.
used the deserve on you. I mean,
I did. Yeah.
that's
Said it.
poetic.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask you this:
Oh boy. Okay.
when you movie night.
Uh-huh.
For those of you who don't know, Bugen and his ruffians have this. I don't know if it's. I don't think it's very like it has a specific date. It's just
Movie nights?
yeah,
No, they're random.
yeah. They're random. At some point, they were more eventy. I think like they had an event
We have an anime
base.
night that's
Yeah,
scheduled and a
anime night
family
is
day,
scheduled, and
but
family
no
night,
movie
which is
night.
every other Sunday now.
Hmm. Hmm.
But movie night, I have thoughts because I want to do my
Okay.
own
Yeah.
on my server, but I want to do it very differently because, and I'll go into what is different about it, right?
Okay.
But why did you start movie nights? Like, was there like, what's the reason behind starting movie nights?
Just share something together with everyone
Mm-hmm.
who's in the Discord because I do feel like if someone really wants to watch a movie, they'll just put it
Mm-hmm.
on, watch it on their own.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I think the whole watching a movie in the Discord with other people and you see the chat and you just say funny things about what's going on, it's just fun. So I guess I do movie nights to kind of do something together. Even though you could just watch that movie just on your own. But the other thing is too, I watch a lot of movies. I think I have told you this before, but I love movies, especially horror movies.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I got enough passion to be some kind of film critique, but I everybody can do that, I think. So um,
There you
it's
go.
kind of also something like I'm gonna put it on anyway. Might as well put it on for others to watch too.
Bogan just
So
spoiled what his future endeavor is going to be, guys. Movie critic.
so I will take this as a moment to say I've been having lots of ideas when it comes to YouTube, and I'm told that you don't want to do everything on the same channel. So I am working towards doing a channel that is not going to be Bugenhogen associated that reviews horror movies.
Nice horror movie
So
review channel.
it
Actually,
probably will go nowhere, but
nah,
it's something that I want to do because I think it'd be fun.
that'll be very fun. You should. I
Um,
fully support that. Fully
thank
support
you,
that.
thank you.
Um, I want to do a movie night soon. I don't know.
You should.
But I have to go about it intelligently because
Oh.
here's the thing. And this isn't for any of you streamer or not who has a movie night, including yourself, right? Because you have one. This is not like a criticism of how you guys do your thing. It's just how I want to do my thing, right? Because
Mhm.
I have a closer attachment to film than your average person, and I have I would say
True.
more respect for it because it's really shapes a lot of what I do in life, right? Um, I always strayed away from the idea of doing movie night because I thought I want if I want to do an event on my server, I want to do something with a meaning, with depth. And yes, I do like hanging out with my people, but my version of hanging out with my people is hopping out and playing video games or just talking to them while doing homework, right? But I want to do a movie night in the sense of here's the best comparison I can give you. In March, when I came back to streaming this year, I realized that a lot of people know Assassin's Creed by the newer games, which aren't very good. And a lot of the people that are around on Twitch, let's be honest, they're kids. They're young teenagers. They probably have never even played or seen those older games. And I fell in love with early Assassin's Creed, the Ezio trilogy, the Kenway trilogy with 3, 4, and Rogue. Right, I love those games. I thought they had brilliant story writing. I thought they had a lot to say, a lot to share, a lot to do, and I had a lot of respect for them.
Mhm.
So I decided I'm going to play 7 games, which in my head are the golden age of the series. They're the games that defined what the series is. Played all of them back to back, and that was my way of not only reliving my childhood but showing people how good this franchise used to be. It was exposing a new audience
Mm.
to a good thing. That's kind
Yeah.
of the same take I want to have with how I want to do movie night on my thing. I want to do it in a way where it's not a suggestion box. It's not a thing where we just play whatever. Um, I would love to like I'm going to give you what we're gonna watch, but it's not in the sense of like I want all the power. You know, it's not like that. It's more so because that's how it could easily come off, right? That's why I've been thinking about it. It's more
Yeah.
so I want to show you what I consider is proper filmmaking or a show proper because show is still film. I want to show you proper filmmaking in the show. Let's watch this movie that I think has great dialogue. Let's watch this movie that I think has great cinematography. So it's not themed, it's not genre based, it's just good filmmaking
Mm.
exposed to an audience that otherwise would not really go watch it because they would just watch the newest superhero flick or the newest blockbuster with an S-lister as the headliner, right? Um, that's what kind of why I want to do it. It's been
Yeah.
something I've been playing around with for a while. Because again, I have a deep respect for the art, and I want to expose more people to how good it can get, filmmaking wise. And I already have
Mm.
plenty of ideas in my head of of what I'm going to show. I'll spoil one right now. Have you ever heard of Peaky Blinders? Because I think that is one of the best written stories on
It is one of the
television.
best
Now
shows.
it
Yeah.
got ruined online for a brief period of time because a lot of the people with like these Sigma male edits, you know what I'm talking about?
Oh yeah. I
They
know
take like
too.
some line
Yeah.
from the show, completely misunderstand what the
Yeah.
character is saying, and then they put like
Yeah.
some music over it. But that's just it's like
Yeah.
how people glorify Breaking Bad. They love it so much because they think drugs are cool. And I'm like, you misunderstood the point of both of these shows. It's not meant to glorify the life of crime. It's meant to show you how destructive it is to those who participate in it. Um,
Hmm. Yep.
but yeah, it's I'm excited to do it. I don't know when I'm gonna do it because
Okay.
I don't have like because I can do it once a week. I just don't. It will be different times. Like, this week could be Saturday. Next week could be Wednesday, right? So that's why I haven't done it yet because I don't know if I should sit here and say I'm gonna do it every Saturday and not be able to do it every Saturday, or do it
Yeah.
anyways. Just let people know that it's gonna be at different times, but at least once a week. I don't
Mm.
know. It's been something I've been thinking
Okay.
about because you've been doing movie night for quite a while now, so you've had more experience with that sort of format of Discord community involvement.
Mm. Yeah.
Like with anime night,
Yeah.
how do you guys get to decide suggestions for things like that?
Uh, this time around, I took a bunch of suggestions and I made a poll, and that was it. We just had a vote, and whatever was the top voted one.
So you just left it to
They
the choice of the community.
Yeah.
Mm.
Something that I'm doing lately though is I think they love making it a tie on purpose. Just because then I usually would do another one. I feel like it's always worked out that way and it's done purposely, but I could be wrong.
Hmm.
So now I'll just pick one. If it ends in a tie, I just pick whatever sounds most interesting.
That is, I'm
But
sorry, but that is so clever. I mean,
they do it all the time, all the time.
we don't like
I
your
don't know if it's on
choices.
purpose, but I think it is.
We don't like your choices, so
So,
we're gonna keep tying till you make another choice.
so yeah, we just voted for one. They all sounded great to me. If there was one, I made sure to look into all of them. So I don't know if you probably should do that just to
Hmm.
make sure it's like something that you can show. Because if it was an anime that was involving, like pedophilia or something, then I wouldn't pick
Oh,
it. But
so much
um,
with anime is so risky now. Well, not
yeah.
nowadays, but early 2000s because there wasn't as much
Oh,
eyes on it.
oh,
Yeah,
oh, yeah.
anime is
Just didn't
becoming
vote.
more of a Western phenomena nowadays,
I
for better or
noticed.
for worse.
That's why I
Yeah,
want to
for
get
better.
more into
Man,
it.
we used to get bullied for that. I swear. Not
Yep.
even that long ago,
Yep.
4 years ago,
Oh
in high
yeah.
school. You watch
Yeah.
anime? Oh no! It's like you can don't
Taboo.
you would never admit that. Never
Yeah.
admit that. And now
When I went
everyone's
to high
like,
school, they were the
uh-huh.
nerds. The people who watch anime were the nerds, and they got bullied. I didn't bully
Ne-
them, but I saw it
I
happen.
fully believe it. Would never admit that.
Yeah,
4 years later, everybody, cool thing to do is watch. Oh,
yeah,
you guys seen Jujutsu Kaisen season 2? I'm like,
yeah, yeah. Video games
stop.
too. The
Yeah,
video game
exactly.
players were the nerds when I was in high school. Now it's the everyone does it.
Sad, but no, it's becoming more of a.
Why is it sad? I think it's
No,
cool.
no, I think it's
Oh, you
cool, but
mean
sad for
before?
me.
Oh, gotcha.
um, I think it was. Lost my truth. There we go. I think it becoming more
Sorry.
westernized. Yeah, I think it's becoming more westernized has made it more tame in certain aspects because
That makes sense.
different cultures, different limits that are
Yeah,
acceptable.
yeah.
And let's admit it right now. In Japan, at least, there's a whole different view of how certain age groups are viewed. There's a whole different perspective, right?
Yeah.
And yes, it's a problem in Japan as well because there's a lot of different discussions about it. But in the early 2000s, anime was still pretty much like it was present everywhere, but it was pretty much a Japanese phenomena. Still, that's where it was the
Mm,
biggest. It's still the biggest there today, but it wasn't
mm.
what it is today in the U.S. Um, so a lot of stuff came out that were really popular in the anime sphere that are just when it comes to that side of things, just questionable is the best word I can use, right? Yeah, questionable is the best word I have for that.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know, but no, it's just so interesting to think about. What do you think? You know what? That's a good question. What do you think about anime becoming so popular over here and having, actual studios here adopt the art style to make things in that art style? Well,
Uh,
give me your opinion on that. I
Me?
don't care.
I
Yeah,
barely started watching anime, kind
yeah, but
of.
I mean,
Uh,
I'm sure you
uh,
have something to say about it.
I don't know. I guess I'm indifferent to it, neutral. I
Neutral.
think it's fine. Yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong.
Well,
I
I
guess it's a
think it's
positive.
stupid.
To
I
you?
think I hate it. Listen, no, hear
I
me out, hear me
okay,
out.
wait. Wait, I
Yeah,
can
go ahead,
say
go ahead.
this.
Mm-hmm.
If if you tell me that it's being more popularized over here, but
Mm-hmm.
they're also dumbing stuff down and they're taking away important crucial things that could be added to the story because the US can't handle it, because I do see this happening with movies. If they're doing the same thing with anime, then yes, I think it sucks. But
Um.
I don't know if that's happening.
Well,
Sounds like it.
the same issues that are prevalent in film today are prevalent in anime made by us
Ah,
because the same people making the film are making because they're in the media sphere, right?
yeah.
So I think, my opinion, I think anime works the way it does, and it's so enjoyed because it's a culture outside of your own, so it's
Mm.
always something new. I think anime would still be just as popular if another country made it. because
Oh.
because it's I don't
Mm.
think it's necessarily the art style. I don't think it's necessarily the jokes. I think it's the fact that the art style and the jokes are so
Mm.
far apart from anything
Mm.
here that it's interesting, right?
Mm.
Um, I think that's what so much of what makes it work. And yes, you can adopt some of that. You can mimic some of that, but it's never gonna be the same. Uh,
Mm.
I don't know. Like we've already seen a lot of adaptations of American media. Like we had a Star Wars anime, I think.
Oh, I didn't know that. How about
And
that Death Note movie?
and and it was good, but
Uh,
it was literally just Star Wars. The dialogue was just Star Wars,
uh,
but the animation was anime. Like they fought in anime style, but it
oh,
was just like Star Wars. See what I mean? It's like
that's
you
cool,
can
right?
you can mimic it, and it was fun. Don't get me wrong; it was fun to watch. It's just I don't know.
Hmm.
I'm afraid because I've seen what the industry that is film has done to popular IPs from the past. And we're not gonna get into the whole, you know, political aspect of it, but a lot of film
Oh,
gets muddied because of politics,
yeah.
because of social issues. Whether we agree with
Yep.
that or not is up to discussion,
I
but
agree.
the fact is it gets muddied by those different things, right? And
Yeah.
to me, I think anime is not separate from that, and it will get hurt if it's adapted here. It's not safe from it because it's the same values. It didn't change. It's just
Mm,
they're making a different medium now. So that's why I don't like it. I don't know. I'm pessimistic about it, and it could be something that's better than what I think it is. But I just have a pessimistic thought about it because I haven't seen the past hasn't been kind to media here.
yeah.
Um,
Those are some good points.
not to say that we don't have good media. I mean, come on. It'd be wild to suggest that because I've seen a lot of people do this. It'd be wild to suggest that the U.S. is not like very culturally relevant for like
Uh,
all them, like movie wise, like that's
yeah.
come on. Think of like one of the some of the most popular movies you've seen, some of the most popular games you played, and
Breaking
granted,
Bad.
U.S. There you go. Granted,
The
like most of them, if not all of
Yeah.
them, have been U.S. made. You know, so
Office. Oh wait, that one came from UK,
that
technically,
one
I
came from
guess,
the
right?
U.K., but the more popular version is the U.S. version.
Yeah. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
No, it's just like I said. I said all the problems that I have with the way we handle media here in the U.S., but I also want to make it clear that it's not. It's we are very. If anything, if you go outside of the country and you hear how we talk about it, we say the U.S. culture is very loud because regardless of what corner of the world you're in, it
Mm,
has an effect on your own culture.
mm.
When James Bond was a thing, that was
Oh boy.
what a cool man was. Didn't matter if you
Yeah.
were in Saudi Arabia, didn't matter if you were in China, Japan, didn't matter
That's
what
true.
James Bond, oh, suit and tie, spy,
Yeah.
suppressed
Suave.
gun. Yeah, like
Yeah.
that's the thing. That's like as cool as you can get. So it's that the U.S. media is very loud and it's very
Mm,
influential outside of the U.S. And
mm.
I think people here take it for granted because they're exposed to it 24/7. They don't think it's that relevant when it really is very relevant. I think
Oh,
because I mean
good to know.
you talk to anyone, they'll know who Leonardo DiCaprio is. They've seen Titanic, right?
The Rock.
The Rock.
Yeah.
Um, not every
Regardless
actor
of how
is
you
well
feel.
known. Yeah, regardless of how you feel, you
Yeah.
have to admit
He is
they're
known.
there. They're
Uh,
loud. They're prevalent. I miss when
yeah.
he was in WWE though. I won't. He's wasn't he back recently?
He came back recently and then he left again.
Can you blame him though?
It was very controversial because he put himself in the spotlight. He put himself in the main event of WrestleMania, and then
After
the
being gone
crowd,
for how long?
yeah, and the crowd turned on him for the very first time in a long time. They were booing him, so he lost, and then he's
I think
gone.
I think it's in the same vein as because yes, WWE is a storyline, right? But like you weren't there for a while, so now you got put as a headliner, as a header, right? When a lot of
Yeah,
other guys
main
were
event.
working
Yeah,
for it, and you didn't get into it for a while. But now you're getting the number one spot where other guys have been working for. I think it's the same idea as when Conor McGregor with UFC like goes on a hiatus for
mm,
years and then gets
comes back.
gets
Yeah,
a title shot immediately when other guys have been working up the ranks for their weight class. So I
yeah.
get it. I fully get it. Kiki asked a good question. What's your favorite show?
Oh boy. At the moment, I don't have one, but right away, I'm gonna say Breaking Bad, Breaking Bad, Breaking Bad. I feel like I'm a basic B for saying that, but
Mm.
Breaking Bad is my absolute favorite show of all time. I've seen it so many times. Never get tired of it.
For me,
Yeah.
it's Split.
What is it?
For me, I used to
Split?
think Split. No, I'm
Oh, I
saying
don't
split
know that
between
one.
two shows. It's split between two shows.
Oh, sorry.
That's my
Okay.
bad. That's my bad. Yeah. Before I used to be like, oh, Breaking Bad or Better Call Saul, Breaking Bad or Better Call Saul. You might hate me for this. I think Better Call Saul is better than Breaking Bad.
I know, I've heard that. Natalie says
Um,
that. I've
have
heard
you
other
watched
people say
Better
it.
Call Saul?
Yes. I think it's
All
great.
of it?
Yes.
You think Breaking Bad? You think Breaking Bad's better? I don't know, man. I don't know.
um, I'm gonna
Here's what
say
I'll
yes,
say.
but I might be biased because I love Bryan Cranston and just
Here,
I think it was the timing when I watched Breaking Bad. It was just
here, yeah. Well, you know what? Here's what I'll say. Right?
like it made history almost. I don't think Better Call Saul
Exactly.
did that.
Well, no,
Yeah.
yeah. In terms of cultural impact, I will
Like, it
say
was in the
Breaking Bad.
newspaper and everything.
Mhm,
Yeah.
Breaking Bad is a
Breaking
more
Bad.
relevant show to
I mean, it was on
me.
the news, guys, when it
They had
ended.
they literally made a
Yeah.
statue in Albuquerque for them.
Oh,
Um,
damn. See, I didn't know
yeah.
that. Wow.
No. Here's the here's where I'm split. Now, for me, it's Breaking Bad and Mr. Robot. Those two shows.
I haven't seen that one, but that one
Those
looks good.
are tied for me as my favorite shows.
I
Daredevil
love
being
Rami Malek. I think he's great. Yeah.
Daredevil Netflix, that whole show being a close second.
Saw that one. That one's good too.
Now, the reason why I like Better
Yeah.
Call Saul better is Breaking Bad is focused on escalation. Every season
Mm,
gets the stakes get higher, 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 higher. I mean, the guy.
agreed. Yeah.
Spoilers for Breaking Bad.
Oh, don't get the spoilers.
Spoilers for
Okay,
Breaking
fine.
Bad. The show has been out for 10
Like
years.
15
No,
years.
it ended
Oh.
10 years ago, almost, right?
Oh.
2013.
I feel like it's been longer, but I could be wrong.
I'm just saying. Um,
Okay. Huh.
how do I say this? Breaking Bad goes from a guy who's dying of cancer, who's doing uh, petty crimes, and in episode 3 or anything like that. Well, not petty crime. He does some drug making, right?
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
then in 2 episodes or 3 episodes, he killed a man.
Hmm.
Breaking Bad is a masterclass in escalation. How do we go from point
Hmm.
A to point B and make point B and point A? That journey makes sense.
True
And
that.
then you go from there to him being in an underground lab in season 3, to him getting into a
Yeah.
fight with the cartel in season 4, to
Oh
him literally
yeah.
not only being responsible for the end of that cartel, but
Hmm.
also the end of every major drug distributing force in Southwest America. He
You
was
just
there
gave
when
away
he
the
was
whole
there.
show.
He was, it is what it is. Um, he was there. He was there when they existed. He overtook them,
Mm.
and then he wiped that whole market out the map. Better
Yeah,
Call Saul is more character driven. I think. I think it's more.
I would agree with
It,
that.
it lives
Yeah.
and dies by the interactions and the quality of their characters.
Hmm.
Um, Jimmy or Saul Goodman is I a more brilliant character in media I haven't seen. I can't lie. He's
I would agree
so
with that too.
he's so complex. Like Walter White is
He's great.
complex. Like Walter White is complex, right? But
Yeah.
you know his main issue. It's an issue of pride. He could have so many
Yeah.
times you wouldn't have had to do what he has done, but he's too prideful,
Hmm.
right?
Yeah.
Whereas Jimmy is just so I don't know. Like you remember, the standout scene for me with his brother Chuck, where it's like the reveal that the whole reason Jimmy couldn't work at that firm is because of his brother.
Oh, that was very heartbreaking. Yeah.
But it's weird because Chuck was like, "Oh, it's because I know who you are. I know you were never going to change. I knew that you were going to go back to your
Yeah.
old ways." But because Chuck did that, Jimmy became what Chuck said he would become. So Chuck isn't wrong, but Chuck isn't right either because he created that. It's a really
Mm.
interesting dynamic. So that's why I like it. But
Yeah.
Mr. Robot, I don't know. That shows.
Okay.
I don't want to say too much.
We've been meaning to watch it. I'll let you know when we watch it.
It's on Amazon Prime.
Oh, okay. Even better.
You have Prime?
Yeah.
Hmm. It's good.
But
No, it's good.
I'm just gonna download it anyway.
There you go. There you go. I don't blame you. Wait, hold on. Wait, actually, I do blame you. You have
What?
Prime, so you're already paying
Yeah.
for it. So why are you gonna
Yes.
download it?
Because it comes with ads most of the time.
Prime has ads.
Yes, you didn't know? Almost
I
everything I've
have.
been watching on Prime lately has ads.
I haven't used Prime since 2017.
Oh, that's why you don't know. Yeah,
So I thought
they have
Prime was ad free. Wait, do you have to pay for a higher tier subscription to get that?
now the way they do it is so if you have Prime, they have selected movies and shows that they call freebies. So those come with your Prime, even though
Hmm.
they call them freebies, but they're not exactly freebies because you're paying for Prime.
Yeah, because you already paid for
But
Prime. Yeah.
yeah, but now they have another another selection of stuff that you have to pay extra for. I think you can like rent them.
That
Yeah,
sucks.
it's not all free anymore. I mean, hopefully someone corrects me if I'm wrong in your stream, but from what
Uh,
I've seen, because we've been watching a lot, you have to pay now. Yep.
uh, ugh.
You should
I
check it
can't.
out. You can see.
You know what? Nah, no, nope. I don't even
Go
have
check it.
Prime.
Go
We're
check
not
it out
doing that.
later, and
Hmm.
then
Hmm.
yeah,
That's so sad. That is so sad. That's so
yeah,
sad.
yeah. The more they do that kind of stuff, the more they push me away. Which is why I don't have Netflix. I don't have Hulu. I don't pay for all of that stuff anymore.
I mean,
Yep.
so I have HBO Max, or I guess sorry, it's called just Max now. I hate when companies do that. I got it for free because of
Nice.
um my internet subscription. I don't have
Uh-huh.
Prime. I do have Netflix, or I
Mm.
hadn't. Actually, I don't have Netflix anymore. Um, no, I think I only just have Max because it just has everything I need to see. But you know why? Because like I'm
Mm.
gonna just say it on stream. Pirating, man.
You
Like,
bad
listen,
boy.
listen, man. I am not going to, especially now what you said. I am not going to pay and still get added up. All right.
Yeah, you're gonna have to cut this
Mm.
part out of YouTube when you post it on YouTube. Like right here. Cut.
I'm not afraid. You know what we'll call our community? Bingy ship. We're pirates. It's the whole shtick. YouTube,
Okay.
we're
Is
in
it
game,
true?
in game, in game, in game.
Yeah.
We're doing all this in game. Don't worry about it.
All
All
right.
this is in game. But no, that was a good question, Kiki. That spawned a whole side part. I like that. Um, I don't know. Well, you said Breaking Bad is your favorite. I'm surprised because I thought for the longest time I thought you didn't watch
What?
Better Call Saul.
I did watch it. Yeah. I like it. I
Did you
love it.
watch El Camino?
I did. It was okay. It was
Mm-hmm.
good.
What's your favorite
Yeah.
non Vince Gilligan property? Because that's all Vince Gilligan. So what's your favorite like
I don't even know what else he's done. If you name some stuff, I might recognize something.
Okay, let's see.
Oh wait, non Vince Gilligan. So just okay.
Anything else that's not Breaking Bad universe related?
The Office. I love The Office. I've seen that show
Hmm.
multiple times.
What you gonna say?
Hmm.
Friends next?
No, I love Seinfeld.
Really?
Love Seinfeld. I know a lot of people don't like it, but I love Seinfeld.
You don't like you don't like Friends? I assume.
I'm not a Friends guy.
Oh my goodness, you just probably angered like so many people right now.
Why?
I don't
I'm
know,
not a
like so
Friends guy.
because because the Office fans are just like so mellow, and then I've noticed Friends fans
Uh-huh.
live and die by that show.
I don't get it.
I don't know.
I don't get it.
They live and die like that's the
Yeah.
show.
If I had to pick one character that I do kind of like, it would be Phoebe and Matthew Perry's character. But no, doesn't even compare to like Seinfeld for me or The
Wow.
Office or Breaking Bad. Do you like that show?
Friends?
Yeah.
I've seen maybe 2 episodes fully.
Oh, okay. So you don't care. Okay.
I should. I don't care about the
What
show. I care about what you think about it. You know. There you go.
about Friends?
Yeah.
Um, I don't like. Well, I wouldn't say I don't like it. I don't care for it. I think it's overrated.
Oh my
I do
god,
think it's
that's so good.
overrated.
That's so good. That's so good. Okay, okay. Office, Seinfeld. What about? I'm thinking. Let me think. Let me think. Let me think. Let me think. What's my? Why can't I think of shows all of a sudden? That's
Yeah, I
so.
can't either.
Um, I mean, I know we've seen so many. That's the issue that they're all kind of becoming one big glob. Parks and Rec. There you go. Parks and Rec. What do you think of Parks and Rec?
Not a fan. I know it's the same person who made The Office. I tried. Wasn't my thing.
You probably hurt Kiki's
Sorry.
feelings. Kiki's
Sorry, guys.
gonna
I do like
you
Amy Poehler. I like Amy
you
Poehler a lot.
you're gonna get an earful from Kiki on your
I
server
like
over
Audrey
there.
Plaza. I don't care for that show though. Yeah. Can I
Uh,
call a friend? Can I call a lifeline?
Call a lifeline.
Okay. Also, wifey's home, so hi, wifey. What are some shows that we like? Okay, she can't think of any. Don't worry about it. Never mind.
Because no one can think of a show tonight, eh? Let me ask
Yeah,
you
I
this
can.
then. Let me
Yeah.
ask you
What?
a closing
Yes.
questions because we are in a 2 hour mark, which I'm
Closing.
impressed.
Oh, okay.
I'm impressed. It's been that long already. Feel like it's been 30 minutes.
Do you really feel that way? You're not just saying that.
No, I really feel that way. I don't think it's
That's
been
good.
2 hours.
Yeah, I
Cool,
hope
man.
your viewers are having fun.
I mean, listen, Pound Balls carried today.
I know they're gonna compare me to that last one you did.
I
It's
didn't do a
okay.
last
I
one,
get
guys.
it.
Don't worry about it. Just to make him feel better. But
I didn't
anyways,
feel
I
like
want
you
to.
asked any hard hitting questions. That's okay.
I told you they weren't get like I didn't like this is. You expected today to be some kind of like slander interview.
No, no. But you know
No,
what? I'll
like
tell you this. I was
yeah.
nervous at first, and now I feel pretty comfortable. So thanks.
Of course, man. No, it's not. It was
Yeah.
never gonna be anything like I don't know. It was just gonna be about you. Why do you do what you do, right? Because everybody has a story to tell, and
I
they
hope I
should have
gave
the opportunity
great
to tell it.
answers.
There's no such thing as a good or a bad answer when it comes to the questions we asked today. All right, today the questions were about
You're
you and
right.
your life.
You're right.
But I want to ask this, and this is a fairly recent thing. It's about the viewer tier list. And it's such an intriguing thing to me. If you guys don't know, Bugen did a tier list of his viewers, and just to make it clear, they opted in, and it was their decision to have a tier list because
Yes.
they voted like, "Hey, we want you to do a tier list of us on stream." And then Bugen did it, and he was like, "You
Hmm.
know what?
Hmm.
I'm not gonna do every single person that follows me. Put
Hmm.
yourself in like I think you had like a link or so. I don't know how that worked, but like there was a way for them to opt in to be tiered.
Yes.
Um, some people and what were the ratings like SSS plus
That was
S
the highest.
A B yeah A
Yeah.
S and then there was S below that there was A B no C for some reason.
There was C,
Oh
no
C
D.
sorry no D for some reason and
Yeah.
then FF minus. There you
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
And the ranking obviously the ranking was a joke. It was funsies. It wasn't to be
It
serious at
was?
all. I'm pretty sure it was because that would bring a whole new layer to. So like it wasn't like a rating of how valuable you are as a person, but I feel like a lot of people took it that way. That's where I want to get to, right? Um,
Okay.
it was if correct me if I'm wrong, but it was like how active you are in the community, not so much the quality of person you are. It was just how much did you
Oh,
engage
absolutely
in like
not.
yeah, it was just how much you
Yeah.
engaged around the ruffians, which is
Yeah.
Pugin's
How
community.
much you
How much did you
support?
how much you
Yeah.
support, how much you were, and not
Mhm.
necessarily monetarily. It was just how much
Oh,
Discord, the events, movie nights, Sunday night,
everything.
all that stuff. Yeah, so a lot
Yeah.
of people took that very personally, and I was so surprised.
I wouldn't say a lot, but there was a handful of people.
When
Yeah.
I say a lot relative to what I thought would actually get upset, right? So
Oh, okay.
I thought zero would get upset, but that just shows how much I know some people. Um,
Lee was one of them.
yeah, man, it was me, Scorpion, and Sauce. So we were
Yeah.
just so
Yeah.
upset. We totally didn't plan that out, all three of us. Don't worry about it. But no, like, how did you deal with that? If you dealt with that at all? Because I'm pretty sure some people
Oh.
felt a certain way, and they made it clear in your chat. Like,
I
do
don't.
you? Is it a
I
thing
just
where
avoid
you?
them.
Yeah, so you don't appease. There's no
I'm just
appeasement.
kidding.
Like, do you
Uh,
appease, or do you explain, or do you just? How do you go about that? Because everybody has a different way of going about that.
well, now because I feel like I'm a lot better at handling that kind of stuff. Um, I stuck to my guns and I was honest. So I let them know I appreciate them either way. But that was the ranking that I did, including everything, and I know everybody can't do all of that stuff. So I was just honest. Um, and nice, of course, because
Mm-hmm.
you don't want anyone to be hurt from it. But they did opt in, and I
So
felt
I was
like it
gonna
would be
say, yeah, they
better.
did opt in. Yep.
Yeah, I felt like it's always better, at least for me, to be honest. Because it could have gone either two ways. I thought about making it just like a whole funny thing, like a whole funny gag thing, and then actually kind of being genuine about it. So if they want to get mad at me for being genuine, uh, then that's on them, I guess. Because yeah, I don't think
I
I'll
like that
ever
answer.
feel bad for being genuine.
I don't think you should ever feel bad for being
So
genuine because that's all you have, really.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
what all anyone has.
I don't know how mad they were actually. Yeah, I got some complaints about it. I
I don't
think
think
with all those people, we're still cool. So I think
I,
it's all
I
good.
I don't know if anyone. I don't think they were like mad, as in really mad. I think they were more so offended.
Or hurt, yeah, yeah. Like there was two
But
text
like
messages I
Poundball
got
said
that
though,
said like, what? What did he say?
uh, he said, that just shows how high people think of you. Which, I mean, they
Oh
valued your opinion
man,
enough. They valued your opinion enough to be like, damn, I should have done more, right? So I guess in a way, it's a indirect, unofficial compliment from them being
that's
offended.
very nice. Yeah, I didn't see it that way. I just
Hmm.
kind of felt like I get it. I get why people would be upset, but I feel like it's important to be honest. Yeah, I got a few text messages saying I don't think they were that mad or anything like
Hmm.
that, but they said that they felt they should have been ranked higher. So I just
Yeah, boo, and you gave me a
yeah.
B, man. Let's talk about that.
You know why you gotta be.
You gave me a B, man. All right?
B for binge.
B for binge. All right, that's the
Oh,
excuse
you
we're giving.
you do a good job doing that angry face.
Nah, I'm not angry. I never get
You
angry.
should be an actor.
I'm okay. I like being behind the camera, not in front of the camera. In front of the camera sucks.
Yeah. I wish I could be behind the camera. I don't want to be on camera anymore.
Wait, what? So, what, you want to work at Twitch? Is that because that's the only other option, really?
No,
For
definitely not.
come on,
No.
man, to work
I
for
was just making
Bezos.
a joke. No, don't want to. No, nope.
Well, I think that concludes episode 2. How do you feel about that, Bogan? Because you're pretty nervous at the beginning,
Yeah,
and now we're
I
2 hours
was
and 23 minutes in. I want to know, did it meet your expectations? How do you feel about it? Because this kind of big for you because you're stepping out of your comfort zone for something like this, and I want to know,
for sure.
do you think it was worth it? Do you think it was something
I
that you would
I
do
feel
again?
great. Definitely think it was worth it. I definitely feel honored that you would even ask me.
Oh man, it's the honor
Um,
is all mine. The honor is all mine.
no, I've talked about it a lot in these last few days. A lot of people close to me knew I was going to do this today. It's very important to me. This is my first time doing something like this, and I think it's probably going to be the best one if I ever do another one that is not with you. So
Good luck
just know
to.
that it's
I feel bad for whoever, because you said that, and now that's on record. So if anybody ever invites you to anything like this, like a podcast like this, right? And they're gonna bring that up, be like, "Hey, Boogan,
oh boy.
you already said mine was ass, man. I'm just gonna say." Poundball said, "Boogan, you get one question that you have to ask me. One big
oh, I
question. I don't know what that means. That I haven't asked
oh
you yet. I don't know what that is, but go ahead."
oh. I get to ask you a question. I like this. When did you lose your virginity?
Okay, guys.
I just
Um, that is
and
why
tell
we
me
don't give
about
people
it.
free. This is why we don't give people free will. This is why we don't give people free will.
Oh,
All
I
right?
messed it up. I'm sorry, guys.
No, it's all
Okay,
good.
fine. Let me think of another.
Think of another one.
How big is it?
My desk.
No, no, no. Okay, fine. Let me ask another one.
My desk. No, you want to know how big my desk is?
Oh, I got a great one. I got a great one.
Go ahead, man.
You gotta be honest. And I swear you don't say me. Who is your favorite streamer and why? And you gotta be honest. And it's gonna be right here on camera. And you can't ask me now because I asked you.
Well, I'm not yours because I don't even stream like that, so I'm not even pressed about it. Um,
Yeah, you are.
shut up. Um,
I do
I
love your
don't
streams.
know. I don't know. Yeah, thank you. I don't know. My, uh, I've never
Uh-huh.
have thought of it. It's actually tough.
Uh-huh. Nice one.
It's not you. I'll tell you right now. It's not you.
I didn't expect it to be
There you go.
me.
So like, if you think it's tough because I don't want to say it, I don't want to say it's not you. No,
No.
I cleared that right now. Nah.
Okay.
No,
Okay.
I just don't. Listen, you have to understand this about me, and this is one of the reasons why I interact with anyone that I know on Twitch like that, outside on chat. Right?
Uh-huh.
I I'm not a Twitch viewer.
I'm not either. I I get that question a lot. I don't.
You ask
Yeah.
me what do I do, like what do I watch? I watch YouTube. I'm not a Twitch viewer. Like the
I'm
most
not
I'll do
either.
is
Yeah.
lurk you, and then if you ask me what happened that stream, I have no godly idea because I just had your tab open and I went to sleep. That's probably what happened, and I
Mm.
was a part of like 4 raids afterwards after your
Oh, that
raid,
makes
right?
sense. I barely watch
So
YouTube as it is too.
so when you say what's my favorite streamer, I don't. It's so abstract. My favorite streamers are the ones that I work with, the ones that I talk to. So it's like all of you guys.
Mhm.
But I feel that's such a cop out answer too. That's the best answer I could give. Because
What a cop out answer.
the people I would watch are the people that I actually
You know.
that I know. Because like I
Yeah.
told you, I don't watch like if I watch you, then
Uh-huh.
most likely I'm part of your server. Then I'm most likely I've talked to you. But that's it. That's the commonality between every streamer I watch. Part of their
Can I take
server,
back my
I'll start
question
talking to them. Nah,
and ask you another one?
you're cooked. You're cooked. You cooked it. It's fine. And you fucked it.
Ah,
All right, that's done.
okay,
It's
fine.
done.
Okay.
You got your one shot, like that Eminem song. All right,
All right. I should ask Pound Balls what he wanted me to say.
it's okay. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that was Bugen. That was
Thank
Bugen,
you.
the leader of the ruffians. Ladies and gentlemen,
I wouldn't say the leader, but okay.
I mean he's the leader,
I
but
don't lead them.
there's
They lead me.
there's coups every now and then. You know. Um. mm. Anyways, uh, Mugen, where can the people find you? What days do you stream? What times? Pacific Standard. Keep in mind that's his time zone. So
Yes.
when can the people find you? And what platforms can they find you on?
Right now, at the moment, Twitch, but eventually I'll be on YouTube, and it's gonna be Thursdays and Saturdays on Twitch.
Thursday and
Yeah,
Saturdays. What time?
7 p.m. Pacific time. Sorry,
7
forgot
p.m.
about that.
Pacific time. Oh, good.
7
7 p.m.
p.m. Pacific time.
For you
Doing 1 hour of
people.
Minecraft or Stellar Blade or Silent Hill 2 right now.
Mhm.
Can I tell you something real quick?
Kiki just told me you lied to me.
About what?
He streams on Monday and Wednesday and Sunday.
No.
There you go. So since he doesn't want to do his promo, he streams
False.
on Monday, Wednesday, and Sunday. He streams in the evening.
Oh, I don't stream those days. I don't stream those
You
days.
know what, Boogan? Here's what we'll do. Here's what we'll do. Here's what we'll do.
Go look at my schedule on
Yeah, I'll just
Twitch.
look.
Yeah, you'll
I'll just
see.
look. I'll just look at your schedule on Twitch because
But there's some random
you
days thrown in there.
you are just a
I'm telling you, it's Saturday, Thursdays and Saturdays, guys. Thursdays and Saturdays.
I
two
know you
days a
don't
week.
actually because you streamed yesterday and you streamed like earlier in the day, so
It
that
was a
doesn't count.
bonus stream. It even said surprise stream. Look, guys, he asked me on his show. He won't even believe me. Thursdays and Saturdays. For sure. Every now and then
Okay,
I'll throw in an
Tuesday,
extra.
Thursday, Saturday. That's how much you streamed this week. Next week is Thursday and oh, you're not lying. Legit.
Oh, shocker.
Perhaps I've treated you too harshly.
You have. Is this how you treat all your viewers? I mean, your guests?
No, you get special treatment.
Why?
Uh, because you're Boogan. Anyways, yeah. So they can find you too. Is it 7 p.m. Pacific Standard? Because
Yes.
so for you on the East Coast, that would be which is my time zone. That would be
Or
uh,
no.
no,
10. Sorry, 10.
yeah.
10, sorry.
Oh, oh my goodness gracious.
Lee, do you drink?
Why drink?
Yeah, do you drink?
No. I mean, aside
Oh,
from this, no, I really don't. Dude, listen,
okay.
I'm one thing about me and
Uh-huh.
is I have no interest in knowing what I am when I'm under the influence of anything.
Oh boy.
I have no
Okay.
interest. I don't want to know.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say thank you for popping my interview cherry.
You're,
Um,
no problem, man. No problem.
yeah. This was
I
very
appreciate
fun.
you for being
Had a
on
lot
here.
of
And
fun.
like I said, if you have anything else to advertise, any other your merch store, your hell, you can even plug in your YouTube. Just let the people know where when they well, you already said when they can find you, but just let the people know anywhere else they can find you.
Nope, just Twitch right
Nope,
now.
just switch. All right, cool guys.
Yeah.
Make sure to catch Boogan. He does his I think you do your 1 hour mandatory on Sunday.
Oh,
Or Saturday.
Saturday.
Saturday. Sorry. Yeah.
Saturday.
So
Yeah.
if you want to watch Boogan struggle on Saturdays, doing his 1 hour
Oh
mandatory of
yeah.
Minecraft, go
With
ahead. And
crowd
he's currently
control.
playing Silent Hill 2 on stream, the remake. But this is his first time playing Silent Hill, so come watch. If he
Yeah.
doesn't have any tech issues this time, you
Thank
guys are
you.
awesome,
I had a great time.
and I had a wonderful time. Kiki, everyone who followed today that's new, I appreciate you. I'm sorry I didn't have alerts on because today I wanted to hear all about Boogan and I was not disappointed. But I'll see you guys hopefully again this week, but we'll see how the schedule pans out. I wish I could tell you a date, but I can't. But I'll see you guys sometime soon. Goodbye.